following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. The Dogs play here.
Diving stop to his feet. Got him at first.
High out to right. You can forget about this one.
This one's got a chance. Going back. Looking up. It's gone.
The ball is out of here. Back-to-back haulers for the Dogs.
He's going to try and score. Here comes the cutoff. Close. Safe. And we're tied. Unbelievable. At the track. Reaching. He makes an incredible catch.
This is Georgia Baseball, and our coverage begins now with the Bulldog On Deck Show. Today's game is brought to you by Marker 7 Coastal Grill, bringing a taste of the Gulf to 5 Points. The UGA Bookstore, it's where the dogs shop. And by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, out to the stadium. Here are David Johnston and Jeff Dantzler.
It's opening day at Foley Field, and there's big expectations for Georgia in 2019. The Bulldogs, a consensus preseason top 15 pick, battling the Dayton Flyers out of the Atlantic 10 in the first of 3 as we walk between the raindrops. A good afternoon here in Athens, along with my longtime broadcast partner David Johnson and our network studio host and producer Michael Serber. I'm Jeff Dantzler. This is Bulldogs Baseball 2019, and DJ, high hopes for this Georgia baseball team this season.
Absolutely, Jeff, and certainly excited to be back here. Good to see you again, even though I see you every day.
That's
anyway.
right. That's right.
Great to be reunited with our man in the studio, Michael Serber, and great to be sitting back at Foley Field, especially after what happened in 2018, where the Dogs kind of came out of nowhere and earned one of those top 8 national seeds and got a lot of guys back for this year, especially on that pitching staff, actually starters too. I mean, this is a team that's got a chance to make a lot of noise this season.
You talk about those returnees. That includes our opening day starter for Georgia, the sophomore right-hander Emerson Hancock. Went 6-4 last year. DJ, he was a part of the rotation as a freshman. He has a chance to be a big-time cornerstone anchor to this rotation. All-star potential for Emerson Hancock.
Yeah, and Emerson started 15 games last year, won 6 games. ERA may have been a little higher than you'd want to see, but sometimes that doesn't tell the entire story. It is tough for freshmen. They sometimes hit that wall, have to find themselves again. But I love Emerson, and I think he's got the demeanor to be your Friday starter. And if he is the Friday starter all year, of course, I know this isn't any kind of rocket science, but you're going up against the other team's best pitcher too, so it's going to require a lot coming in on Friday, and that's what Emerson has there. And again, like I said, he's got the mindset, the demeanor to be that guy, that calm, cool, collected-looking fellow on the mound.
And you're exactly right with that pitching depth. That should be Georgia's biggest strength, along with an outstanding infield and a fine returning catcher in Mason Meadows. Dayton picked to finish 9th in the Atlantic 10. They've got a quality outfield. They'll go with a junior college transfer, left-hander Hunter Wolf, who was 5-1 at Wabash Community College. And when you talk about that pitching depth, tomorrow a doubleheader scheduled. Dave, there's rain in the forecast for the foreseeable future, so hopefully we can get all 3 in this weekend.
Yeah, Will Proctor is slated to pitch the second game of the series, which is the first game tomorrow. And then Tony Losi. Great to see Tony again. We'll have him for game number 3 of the series. And again, good pitching depth here for Georgia, and this may be something, especially early on in the year, may have to lean on that a little bit more.
It's the Bulldogs and the Flyers, Georgia and Dayton. Our Marker 7 first pitch is coming up in 20 minutes. When we come back, it's a chat with Georgia coach Scott Strickland. You listen to Bulldog Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Do you have Georgia Medicaid or Peach Care for kids? Time to feel better about your health care. WellCare has great benefits for the whole family. Choose great doctors from our large provider network. Earn free items with the new improved Healthy Rewards program. Get care and support you can count on. Choose WellCare. It's easy to enroll. Call Georgia Families at 1-888-423-6765 or visit georgiafamilies.com. To learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-231-1821.
It's no secret that things grow well in Georgia, like peanuts, cotton, and corn. But families and communities also flourish here. That's because Georgia Power is helping bring new businesses and industries to our state. In the last 10 years alone, we've helped create over 134,000 new jobs. Because Georgia is our home too, and we want life here to thrive for all of us. Georgia Power, generating opportunity. Learn more at georgiapower.com/growth.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnson at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
Termite season is here. Is your home protected? Thousands of Metro Atlanta homes are damaged by termites every year, resulting in thousands of dollars in repair costs. Protecting your home from termites and other pests is simple with Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control has served Georgia communities for over 30 years, and we believe that relationships really do matter. That's why your satisfaction is our top priority. Call us today to schedule a free inspection at 770-954-9941 or visit us online at activepestcontrol.com. Active Pest Control, where relationships matter.
You're listening to Bulldogs Baseball. Now back to the stadium.
It's time for the Scott Strickland Show. Jeff Dantzler joining Georgia's head coach. And, Coach, I think for all of us going back to Little League, opening day always represents something special. I know we're really excited to get this season underway.
Yeah, no question about it. It's always an exciting day. And, you know, the weather messed with us a little bit this weekend, moved the game time up. But, you know, the biggest thing is want to make sure we get these games in. And, you know, hopefully some kids can get out of school and come watch us play today. But we're all excited to finally get back out here.
And, Coach, for your ball club, a lot of familiar faces, a lot of guys who've had success. And what's so exciting, we got a lot of really talented juniors and sophomores that we're expecting big things out of.
Yeah, no question about it, guys. A lot of experience. And talent is certainly important, but experience can trump talent a lot of times. And now we've got talent and experience. And we've got some depth, too. So, you know, again, just excited to finally play against somebody else. The guys are tired of playing inter-squad games, and now we're ready to get out there and play.
Coach, a really deep and talented pitching staff, and Emerson Hancock gets it started for us.
Yeah, Emerson won that Friday night job. It's explosive stuff, and you know, he had a good year as a freshman last year. Some ups and some downs, which is a good thing when you're talking about the growth process. And he has gotten better. He's improved. He's put on weight. You know, just feel like that he's ready to have a breakout year.
And I know ideally, knock on wood with you know what, but Sullivan, Talley, Shepard, and Shunk, hopefully we can write those four names in there pretty much every day.
Well, those guys are awfully good defensively, and like we talked about earlier, a lot of experience out of those four guys. So a lot of ground balls, a lot of putouts have been registered by those four guys over the last 3-4 years. So, you know, again, it is nice to put those names in there, but we do have some depth and some guys that can also mix in that lineup as well.
Coach, kind of looking at Dayton here, obviously they're excited to get outside, to get a crack at an SEC team, and I would say the biggest strength for the Flyers, they've got a talented outfield.
They do, and you know what? This is going to be one of the more physical lineups that we're going to see. I mean, a guy that played first base in junior college, Persinger's playing second for him, and he's 6'4" and 220. So, I mean, you're going to see a really big physical middle of that lineup with Brickman, with Persinger, with Terada, with Pujols. I mean, they've got some big, strong guys. So, you know, we need to make sure we get ahead in the count more than anything against their hitters. You don't want to get those guys in hitters' counts and let them swing at free fastballs.
Coach, one last thing. What's the ideal pitching plan for you today?
Well, we'd like to see Emerson give us about 6. I mean, he's on about 80 to 90 pitch count. So, if he's efficient, he can give us 6. And just depending on the game, if it's tight, you're going to see Webb, Christofac, and Shunk down the stretch. We'd like to get Wilcox out there. We'd like to see Timmy Elliott get out there. But you also got Ryder, you got Glover, you got Goodman, you got Pasqua, you got a lot of different guys that can get in there. So we're excited about the depth of the pitching, and the game, the score of the game will dictate what we do at the back end.
All right, Coach, best of luck. Let's get a W and make it 1-0. You can't win them all if you don't win the first one.
That's right. Sounds good, Jeff.
That's it with Georgia coach Scott Strickland. Go around the SEC after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
SiriusXM brings you SEC college hoops like no one else. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from experts like Peter Burns and Chris Doring, as well as live play-by-play. So catch every dagger, dime, and drive in your car, online, or on the SiriusXM app. Or try us out for free with a streaming trial subscription and take your team with you anywhere you go. Get a free streaming trial at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
This is Bulldogs baseball. Now back to the field.
All right, welcome back as we go around the SEC. And DJ, I'm just glad to be getting this one in. It looks like the weather's going to hold off on us here. And the conference, this is shocking news. The league is loaded numbers 1, 2, and 3 in the preseason polls.
Yeah, it's funny. Of the 5 preseason, or the 5 rankings, the 5 polls, Vanderbilt or LSU are 1 and 2 in all 5 of them. So, no big deal. And then here's Florida. They've dropped off a little bit. They're only like 4, 5, and 6. And then we got that trip to Mississippi State. They're pretty much consensus top 10 as well.
And Arkansas, the defending national runner-up, well, you know what? They've got 3 first-team All-SEC selections coming back. It's going to be a typical tough, great year here in the toughest league in the land. And I was just talking with our friend Tom McDonald, who came by, and just looking at the weather here these first couple of weeks, fingers crossed, we should be good here today. Moving up first pitch tomorrow to high noon to play 2 9-inning games.
Yeah, and that's certainly the thing to do here. It doesn't look like there's going to be any way that baseball could be played on Sunday. So try to get the 2 games in tomorrow. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Of course, early in the year, though, you can go find games during the season, so it's not a huge deal. But when a team like Dayton comes down, they want to play, and they haven't been outside very much, if at all. They also, by the way, have a weekend at Vandy coming up in the next few weeks, too. So you want to get the games in, but at least this early in the season, if you do lose one, you can find somebody to play down the road.
It's Georgia and Dayton, and DJ will have the lineups when we return as you listen to Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We Dogs are known for always giving 110%, both on and off the field. But no matter how hard we work, we can't deny that getting sick is easy. Luckily, getting care is too. As the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, Piedmont is committed to getting us better. With urgent care, same-day appointments, virtual visits from your smartphone or desktop, and Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, they've got the care you need when you need it. Booking an appointment is only a click away, so for game day and every day, get better at piedmont.org/UGA.
DP Dough of Athens, located at 180 West Broad Street in downtown Athens, has all your fresh baked calzone needs. Available for pickup or delivery, stop by today to try one of our many fresh baked calzones. Our $6 zone of the day special, or build your own calzone with your choice of proteins, veggies, cheeses, and sauce. Call today for delivery at 706-842-2828 or order online at dpdough.com. And don't forget, we will be making a special DP Dough calzone delivery of the game to our loudest fans in attendance at Foley Field all season long. DP Dough, the original calzone company.
It's no secret that things grow well in Georgia, like peanuts, cotton, and corn. But families and communities also flourish here. That's because Georgia Power is helping bring new businesses and industries to our state. In the last 10 years alone, we've helped create over 134,000 new jobs. Because Georgia is our home too, and we want life here to thrive for all of us. Georgia Power, generating opportunity. Learn more at georgiapower.com/growth.
Whoever said less is more hasn't spent enough time in the Southeastern Conference. Here, it's all about more. More techie, more frenzy, more friendly, more rowdy, more quirky, non-negotiable traditions, more time of your life, more ways to turn 120 credit hours into all kinds of open doors. More of everything the college experience is all about. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
All right, back here at Foley Field, David Johnston, Jeff Dantzler along with you, getting set for University of Georgia baseball. The Bulldogs getting set to host Dayton Flyers. It's time for today's starting lineup, and we'll go with Dayton here as they were 21-31 last year, 10-14 in the A10. They finished 9th, which is where they have been predicted to finish this year. Mitchell Garrity will lead it off in center, followed by the right fielder Michael Cleary. Batting third will be the first baseman Alex Brickman. Hitting cleanup will be the second baseman Eddie Persinger, and hitting fifth will be the left fielder Connor Eccles. Batting sixth for the Flyers, it'll be the DH Marcus Pujols. Batting seventh, the third baseman Riley Terada. Hitting eighth will be the catcher Bailey Montoya. And batting ninth for Dayton, it'll be the shortstop Benjamin Blackwell. He is one of two freshmen in the lineup along with Pujols. And on the mound, Jeff told you, lefty Hunter Wolf, 5-1 at Wabash Community College last year. The head man for Dayton is Jason King, and he is in his 22nd season overall, as second at Dayton. So there's your starting lineup for the Flyers. Before we get to the Dogs, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. All right, Scott Strickland out at home plate, the head man for the Bulldogs, as Georgia getting set to host Dayton. Here's the lineup for the Dogs. Cam Shepard will lead it off at short, followed by the left fielder Tucker Bradley. Batting third will be the third baseman Aaron Shunk, and hitting cleanup will be the second baseman L.J. Talley. Hitting fifth will be the right fielder Riley King. Batting sixth, the catcher Mason Meadows. Hitting seventh, the first baseman Patrick Sullivan. Batting eighth, it'll be the DH Connor Tate. And hitting ninth for the Dogs, it'll be the center fielder C.J. Smith. So Shepard, Bradley, and Shunk, Talley, King, and Meadows, Sullivan, Tate, and Smith. And on the mound, it'll be sophomore right-hander Emerson Hancock. And when we come back, we'll have today's first pitch for you. The Dogs and Dayton, as you listen to Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Do you have Georgia Medicaid or Peach Care for kids? Time to feel better about your health care. WellCare has great benefits for the whole family. Choose great doctors from our large provider network. Earn free items with the new improved Healthy Rewards program. Get care and support you can count on. Choose WellCare. It's easy to enroll. Call Georgia Families at 1-888-423-6765 or visit georgiafamilies.com. To learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-231-1821.
Before or after the game, come enjoy a great view of 5 Points from the covered deck at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Walking distance from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, you can find some of the best seafood north of St. Simon's. Oysters on the half shell, fish tacos and shrimp baskets with fries and coleslaw will get you started. For the land lovers, we've got you covered with our club, Reuben, and grilled chicken sandwich. Eating healthy? Try one of our numerous salads on the menu. There's something for everyone at Marker 7 in the heart of 5 Points. Plenty of parking available.
6 appearances in Omaha.
Hit high out into left center field with some carry. This ball is out of here.
1 national championship.
If it's fair, it's gone. This ball is way up Kudzu Hill.
Georgia baseball, a winning tradition.
You can forget about this one. It's way out of here. Race to the back, dives, touches the base, and Georgia wins.
Now back to the stadium.
All right, welcome back, Foley Field. DJ, let's take a look at our Active Pest Control weather and field conditions. And it's brought to you by Active Pest Control. Hey, if you've got bugs, that includes yellow jackets, Active Pest Control offers the best price and best service to protect your home. Visit ActivePestControl.com. to schedule your free inspection today. So far, the rain staying away, 62 degrees. The grounds crew doing a magnificent job. I sent up a picture earlier today, and folks are saying, man, it looks like Augusta National out there. The field's in such great shape.
They do a great job. They always have, and you got to love it when you can take the field in conditions like this. By the way, I was looking at last year, the season opener against Georgia Southern, it was 73 degrees. So wait a minute here. Now it suddenly feels a little bit chilly, but the next day it was 57. Just goes to show you how things are this early in the year, how things can change.
Well, as we like to say, it's kind of like Mark Twain used to say about San Francisco, weather, we got it.
Yes.
And we sure do here, especially this time of year.
What was it? The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
Summer in San Francisco as Emerson Hancock warms up as we get ready for our Marker 7 first pitch. Marker 7, an easy walk from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Milledge. Best deck in Athens for lunch or dinner. That's why I enjoy watching my Sunday golf down at Marker 7. Get me some buffalo shrimp, and hopefully the dogs will have a series sweep, and we can enjoy a nice Sunday because it is going to be cold and rainy on Sunday afternoon, my friends.
Yes, indeed. So let's enjoy this while we can. And the dogs in the all-white unis.
All white.
All white here to start things out. Dayton's got a lot of stuff going on with their uniform. Let's go gray. They're in the road grays, at least for the pants. They got the blue tops with the red shoulder swoops. I don't know what else you want to call it. How do you describe that?
I think that's it. The piping and the red numbers and the white trim. They look kind of like the Red Sox tops that you might see at a spring training game.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and by the way, that would make sense because Dayton's head coach, Jason King, Coach Strickland, was telling us before the game, said he is a thick accent Boston guy, like our man Pete Hughes, and so he probably said, you know what, we're going to go with that Red Sox look. And it's a good story on Jason King. He had a highly successful career at Division II at Franklin Pierce College, won a couple of national titles, was an assistant coach at Army, and now has gotten the job at Dayton. And as DJ said, they're going to Vandy, playing the Bulldogs here. And to our friends from Dayton listening in, we bid you a nice hello, and also got some people I know looking in and listening in along the stream with the SEC Plus, and we thank our friend Rick Freeman, Tom McDonald, Alan Thomas, Carter Mills, that whole crew for all of their great work. And it is just about time for our Marker 7 first pitch. You can tweet us. Dave is at D Johnston UGA. Yours truly at Jeff Dantzler TV. As Mitchell Garrity, the left-hand hitting center fielder, stands in Emerson Hancock's Marker 7 first pitch. There's smoke on the outer half for strike one at 3:02, and it is 0-1. Garrity hit .267 with 4 home runs and 27 RBIs last year. He takes down and away here. He was one of 3 Flyers named to the Atlantic 10 All-Freshman team, and also includes his fellow outfielder, right fielder, Michael Cleary. Hancock's 1-1. That misses down and away. It's 2-1. So Mason Meadows working behind the plate. That Georgia infield, Sullivan, Talley, Shepard, and Shunk. It should be one of the best defensive infields in all of college baseball. Hancock's 2-1. Hit sharply. Right on cue. LJ going to spear it at second. 1 away.
Well, the season is off to a start, JD.
It sure is, my friend.
I know you always like to say it'll be week 11 here before we know it. But, man, it sure is great to be back out here.
No, it is good, and certainly caught a break with the weather. I was worried back on Tuesday or Wednesday, like, we're even going to get one game in here. As Michael Cleary, another lefty, will stand in. He sends this one foul straight back. Cleary hit .261 with 16 RBIs and stole 12 bases last year. And Emerson Hancock was lights out for the Bulldogs as a freshman. Hit that wall late in the season, but still such a tough competitor. Kept the Dogs in it time and time again. There's a good hard strike on the inner half. But he's the type of guy, DJ, that could have, you know, the 11-2 type regular season.
Sure.
And just put up those all-star numbers. The 0-2, that one misses upstairs.
And it's weird, not that Georgia hasn't had some great pitchers over the last 20 years, but there hasn't been, I know Alex Wood filled that role a little bit, but, some schools seem to always have that, like that Friday guy, and it's just so huge how that can get you going for the weekend as this ball's hit foul in the seats over on the third base side. But to have that Hoss, I think the guy we like to talk about, which is a great example, is when Tennessee had Luke Hochevar and how they won 20 games in the conference. What year was that? And he had 10 of the wins.
Yeah, that was back in, I guess that would have been 05. Yeah, so he had half of their wins that year in league play. 1-2. This is fisted out into left, Tucker Bradley. Now the other side will go back and squeeze it in front of the 0-1 Omaha side. So we got to get used to TB. He's moved from right to left.
That's right. TB, CJ, and RK out in right field, Riley King.
Riley King, just one of those players very similar to Mason Meadows last year, made that jump as a redshirt. Now here's a big hoss here in Alex Brickman, 6'4", 265 out of Andover, Mass. Transfer from St. Pete CC, takes down and away. I mean, he is aptly named.
He is very much aptly named. He is a brick man.
Man almighty. So Hancock looking in. Here's the 1-0 offering. There's a strike on the inner half. That'll even up the count. Got a lot of folks tuning us in on opening day, and we sure do appreciate it and so excited to get going here. Got our man Lynn listening in down in South Georgia as this is bounce foul third base side. Lynn said, I'm listening in at the office, slacking off. Call us a winner. Thank you, Lynn. He's down in Effingham County. Our good friend Bobby with some great news. His son Will feeling great. Had a little health scare. We love Bobby. And Will, glad you're doing great.
Elgin SC.
You got that right. This one misses outside. Our friend Joe Colleen saying go Dogs. Our man Adam Wynn. The great Mike Reben. World Series national champion hero, our buddy Chris Jeff, Stanley, Terry.
We talked about Mike Reben a lot on our local radio show. I guess it was a couple of weeks ago.
2-2. This is hit a mile high left side. Aaron Schunk will call. The All-SEC third baseman will squeeze, and the side is retired.
Remind me to finish up the Mike Reben talk when we come back.
They just outdueled Mike Musina twice in Omaha to lead Georgia to a national championship. Not bad indeed. And our old friend Mike Mancuso, former Georgia standout pitcher, saying go Dogs.
Up in Ohio, right?
Up in Ohio. 3 up and 3 down go the Flyers. Dogs are coming to the plate. This is Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnson at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
SiriusXM brings you SEC college hoops like no one else. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from experts like Peter Burns and Chris Doring, as well as live play-by-play. So catch every dagger, diamond drive in your car, online, or on the SiriusXM app. Or try us out for free with a streaming trial subscription and take your team with you anywhere you go. Get a free streaming trial at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
Welcome back, Foley Field. Hey, it's always a beautiful day for baseball here in Athens, Georgia. Glad to have our good friend Michael Serber back with us as our network studio hosted producer. We got our man, the Bramer, running the ship here in Athens. My man, DJ, over to my right. I'm Jeff Dantzler. Just fingers crossed. There are these gray clouds lingering and looming over us. But the forecast...
You know what? As the great Billy Henderson would say, it's 90 degrees and sunny. That's all I see.
90 degrees and sunny.
And dust.
Hopefully this stuff will stay away. And now one of the best shortstops in the country will lead us off. Cam Shepard Shepard was a freshman All-American in 2017 when he hit .307 with 5 homers, 28 ribbies. Average was down a little bit last year to .244. Had some tough luck, but had 5 homers, 37 ribbies. He led the team in walks with 40 and fielded a remarkable .980 as Wolf's pitch is in there for strike one, only making 5 errors at short in this league.
No, and he, here's the thing, too. It's like you look, okay, the average was lower than he wanted, but he was still able to get on base. His defense was very, very good.
Here's the 0-1. Shep takes low.
In fact, it's funny, too, if you look at last year's on-base percentage, Shep at .357 had a higher on-base percentage than Aaron Shunk, Tucker Bradley. So, I mean, you kind of look at it that way, and he was doing things that weren't just showing up in the batting average.
Yeah, no doubt. He was getting pitched around a good bit. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Shep had a big rip at that one. Moving up to the leadoff spot, at least for this opening weekend. The junior out of Peachtree Ridge. His father, Mike Shepard, was a great player at Georgia Southern back in the 80s and played for the Cincinnati Reds organization. Wolf looking in is 1-2. Bender bounced up the middle. Persinger to his right. Will field and throw to first. Got him by a step. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Tucker Bradley, the left-hand hitting left fielder. Going to take us a couple of times through to get used to saying that.
Are we, I guess we can ask Coach about this too, as far as a little lineup management and that kind of thing. Would you have thought maybe TB would have hitting leadoff and Cam batting second? And interested to see what the dynamic and the thought process there is that.
Bradley takes inside. Now, I agree with you. By the way, another change here. Finally, thankfully, we've got the netting going all the way down, both the first and third base lines, but they've taken the top netting off here. So when one's hit straight up as the pitch misses downstairs, you got to be heads up so you can get the high pop coming down. It would have to be a Phil Mickelson-like shot to get into the booth, but maybe, just maybe.
The old 60-degree out.
It's 2-0 to Bradley. He chases a change. 2-1 the count. Hunter Wolf, 5-1 with a .383 ERA at Wabash Community College. Brickman, Persinger, Blackwell, and Terada first to third around the horn of the flyer infield. Terada way off the line at third. Bradley takes down and away, and the scouting report is out. He is an excellent bunter. Oh, what would you say? He had, 10, 12 bunt hits last year?
Yeah.
Very good outfield for Dayton. Eccles, Garrity, and Cleary left to right. They are playing Bradley slightly to pull with Garrity in center. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Sent foul back this way. Georgia's third base coach, Scott Daly. Mitch Gaspard coaching at first. Has had a terrific career. Former head coach at Alabama. Of course, Georgia's pitching coach, Sean Kinney, did a great job last year. Payoff pitch to Bradley, misses up and in. Ball 4. It's the first base runner of the year for the Bulldogs, and that'll bring up Aaron Shunk. Shunky, the funky monkey. Gotta love a little beasties to bring up. But what a year Shunk had last year. Dave, no doubt, was one of the best two-way players, not just in the SEC, but all of college baseball. Hit .299, 3 homers, 38 ribbies. Played a great third base, was Georgia's closer with 8 saves last year. Really energized this team. Lefty on righty. Wolf's pitch to Shunk as a breaking ball strike on the outer half. Georgia had an infamous 5-game road trip in Charleston, lost the first 4. Pitching staff was running thin. Shunk comes in, phases 8, fans 6, and all of a sudden.
I remember you and I looking at each other like, wait a minute, we might have something here.
We done found something. There's a throw over to first to chase back Bradley, who's got good wheels.
You know the thing, too, about Aaron's numbers, whether it's offensive or, pitching numbers, there probably is. There are 1 or 2 guys somewhere around the country or in the conference that might have a better number in each statistical category. But just overall, it was an unbelievable year that he had.
It was a real MVP-type season. Heads up, just to the right of the Georgia dugout. That'll send the boys a scrambling. Hey, welcome to the season, Sean Boland. Now, if the trainer gets hit, that's no good. But everybody's okay. Boy, we got a pretty good crowd coming in and had to move up the first pitch from 5 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The count's 0-2 to Shunk as a big first baseman, Brickman, holds Bradley. Bradley 19 of 24 in his career running. Wolf, the junior lefty, comes set at the letters. Is 0-2 to Shunk. That misses high. Shunk wears number 22. That's a great point that Dave made. I think if you wanted to say take your top 10 two-way guys, Shunk might not have necessarily been number 1 in any of the categories, but he'd have been in the top 3 in all of them. Just a tremendous season. Great glove. The 31-5 strikeout to walk ratio. There's a throw over to chase back Bradley.
And remember, too, in his freshman year when he got hurt at Clemson, that was about, two-thirds of the way through the season. You kind of felt like he was just really starting to come on then.
Yeah, it was a big blow.
Although it led to our man Mitchell Webb with a big home run.
On the next pitch. That was something. Here's the 1-2. Shunk takes up and away.
What things will we see this year that we've never seen before?
Well, that's a great thing about baseball. We'll probably see about 11 or 12 of them. And between the two of us, we've probably seen, 10,000 games through the years. And
we'll tell you what we were talking about a moment ago. I need to talk about Mike Reben for a second, too.
The great Mike Reben. Wolf comes set. Another throw over to chase back Bradley.
So quickly on Mike Reben, and you kind of mentioned it, too. We were talking about him because Mike Mussina is going into the Baseball Hall of Fame, and it was awesome because it got us going on a trip down memory lane about that 1990 College World Series where Georgia won.
Used 3 pitchers.
Yeah, 3 pitchers.
2-2 fisted foul.
Wait, you mean in the game?
Nope.
No, in the entire College World Series.
Yeah.
Mike Reben, Dave Fleming, and freshman Stan Payne.
Payne started the title tilt, beat Oklahoma State. Went 6 innings. Fleming came in and saved it.
Got the save, no problem at all. And Mike Reben dogged Mike Mussina twice.
Including the 16-2 game. Wolf, the 2-2 to Shunk, swung on and missed. He struck him out. Wolf climbing the ladder. That would touch at 90 on the gun. Boy, in Dayton, DJ, we were here earlier. They were taking BP, and you could just tell they were so excited just to be out on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a rough winter up in Ohio, so just to be able to get out and enjoy it. Here's L.J. Talley, who hit .276 with 6 homers and 30 RBIs last season. Talley, a left-hander, has had a fine career here at Georgia. He is a senior from Folkestone, sends this one foul straight back.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame in Folkestone,
Champ Bailey. Boy, that's just awesome. And I got to think Hines Ward and Richard Seymour just around the corner, too.
I can't believe Hines has been on the ballot now for, 4 or 5 years?
He's the Steelers' all-time leading receiver and the Super Bowl MVP. And I think arguably the greatest blocking wide receiver ever. Now, time called as Wolf will step off. We got to think for Dayton, Wolf a big addition to their pitching staff. And they feel like they're on the uptick. Breaking ball misses up and in. 1-1 the count. Now, for this Georgia team, as the offense gets settled in, the Bulldogs, between a trio of players led by Michael Curry and Keegan McGovern, lost 41 home runs, 147 RBIs. Might have to win a lot more 3-2 and 2-1 games this season. As the count is 1-1 to Talley.
It is ironic that basically we lost the equivalent of an Albert Pujols season.
Yes.
And their DH is Marcus Pujols, but no relation.
Hopefully that's not Albert in disguise. There goes the runner. This is sent foul straight back and out of play. Love the idea they're running Tucker with 2 outs there. So it's 1-2 now to Little John Talley, LJ. On a pleasant afternoon, so long as the rain stays away. And again, we are high noon, Twin Bill tomorrow. Runner at first with 2 down, 1-2, the count to Talley. As Wolf looks in, lefty on lefty. Montoya, the catcher, through the sides. Here's a pitch. He hit him in the back.
Uh-oh, here we go. Let's make sure. All right, this is going to be a point of emphasis rule this year.
Can't lean into it.
All good on that one. It's a hit by pitch. Basically, here's what we got to get going in our brain, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
The umpire's thinking is, did the pitch hit the batter or did the batter hit the pitch?
And if they feel the batter hit the pitch, that's going to be called a strike.
Not only is it a dead ball, it's a strike.
All right, so
yes,
I'm sure we'll have, I
asked Coach Trick, I said, Coach, I'm putting the over-under 1.5. How many times are you going to get tossed this year? He started laughing.
Here's Riley King. The pitch to the young right-hander's a breaking ball strike on the inner half.
But we will see it at some point become a controversy.
Boy, and you can bet, I'm just saying, like an LSU Ole Miss series with 10,000 people going nuts, bases loaded. No, that's a strike. Get on back.
Yeah.
King is a sophomore out of Collins Hill. Really had an outstanding fall camp. Here's the 0-1. This is hit off the fist to the left side. Blackwell at short will go the long route. He hesitates, and King beats it out. So Georgia has the bases loaded with 2 away.
No error there. That's an infield hit. That was one where the shortstop, Blackwell, wanted to originally go to second and didn't think he'd be able to make the throw. And then when he went on to first, it was just too late.
And Jason King will come out for a visit just to try and settle everything down.
Let's talk about the hit by pitch for a moment. So how about this scenario? Say you're top of the ninth and you're down 3-2. You got the bases loaded.
Mm-hmm.
And you get hit by a pitch, which normally would have brought in the tying run, and instead, not only is it a dead ball, if the umpire feels like you leaned into it, it's a strike. Game over. You lose 3-2. You don't even tie the game. It's a strike.
Just think about that happening in Baton Rouge or Starkville.
I mean, it's something like that's going to happen somewhere.
Of course it will.
Yeah.
Of course it will. Mason Meadows will stand in. Hey, we got great Bulldog fan Marcy Gravett. She's watching us down at Disney World, loud and clear. So thank you, Marcy. We love you. Hey, got my dad listening in out in Dallas. And B-Mac, Fireball Rodney, Fluffy, and Skippy are in the left field lounge.
I see them.
That's a crew out there. Hey, we got a great crowd out atop Kudzu Hill. Boy, the greenhouse and the brick house and that pavilion area over to the left.
What did we call it? We called it something last year. I've already forgotten. You remember?
It
didn't stick. So
great crew.
Yeah.
But I know former athletic director Reed Parker, he and Coach Copas used to hang around up there.
Oh, yeah.
So they had a nice little garden club.
Well, even that area up above where the garden club is, where everybody, we got the trucks parked out there and the folks listening.
You got a great crew out there. The 1-0 to Meadows misses inside, and it's 2-0. Meadows hit .289 with 3 homers, including the grand slam against the Citadel. Boy, that's the same game where Shunk came on and saved the day.
And then the home run, foul ball, home run. Oh,
but that day kind of turned things around.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, 2 down. Here's a 2-0, swing and a miss and a change.
We'll see the Citadel again this year, except it'll be in Augusta.
Yes. So it's 2-1 now to Meadows with Bradley the runner at third, Talley at second, and King at first.
Can't wait not to see that game.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll get to see the backs of a lot of folks unless they've done some changes over there.
Got a dollar that says they hadn't. 2-1 to Meadows. Dogs threatening with 2 down. Here's a pitch. Hit sharply towards third. That'll be gloved by Toretta. He'll throw to first in time to retire the side. Well, the Dogs threaten but come up empty. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and Georgia leaves them loaded. An inning in the books, no score. Bulldogs in Dayton on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Coach Kirby Smart here. Let's talk about the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont makes sure that our dogs are playing their best, and they're also there for the times they're not. But you don't have to be a college athlete to get bumps and bruises. With urgent care, same-day appointments, virtual visits from your smartphone or desktop, and Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, they've got the care you need when you need it. Booking an appointment is only a click away. So for game day and every day, get better at piedmont.org/UGA.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
This is Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Let's go back to the booth.
Welcome back here at Foley Field. Good to see our man Josh Brooks popping in. And again, great that they have extended the netting all the way down, so a lot safer. And I don't think we'll need our old Ernie Johnson net, just in case one comes back here.
I wouldn't have thought that at South Carolina either a couple of years ago.
No, you had the big play.
Almost lost the iPad, but she made it through.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a long season.
It happened last year, too. Where were we?
Yeah, it's
one got in the booth last year somewhere.
It did. I caught one at Kentucky a few years ago.
You took one off the back, too, on a rebound.
Clemson.
Yeah, the old Clemson.
Getting out of the way of that one. Here's Eddie Persinger, left-hand hitting second baseman. He is really a first baseman by trade. Hancock's pitch is a check swing strike. Kevin Elzy, the umpire, at third. Danny Everett at second. John Mary at first. And David Savage behind the dish. Those guys have logged a game or two. Georgia's third baseman, Shunk, a couple of steps beyond the bag. Boy, Hancock looking sharp with a fastball there, outer half. That one touching 92 on the gun. So it'll be Proctor and Losey starting for Georgia tomorrow. Hancock will now step off. No balls and 2 strikes to Persinger, the junior second baseman. He's out of Cincinnati and Sinclair Community College. Fouls this one off.
Dayton doesn't get to play a home game until March 5th. Those northern schools, and I say northern, Midwest, northern, those schools, you know, they got a little extra bit of excitement because they're actually getting to be outside for a little while.
Yeah, it's a good thing for them. Here's a 0-2, strike 3 right down Main Street.
Woo!
So a backwards K. 4 up and 4 down for young Emerson Hancock. Coach Strickland said on the pregame show he'd like to get Emerson around 80 pitches. Ideally go 6 innings today. Hancock out of Cairo, Georgia, and that is a great Bulldog town.
You got that right.
As Connor Eccles will stand in from the right side. Eccles hit .293 last season, grounds this one to Shepard. He vacuums it up and throws to first, 2 away. Yeah, Cairo, you're talking about Bill Stanfill. You're talking about Teresa Edwards,
and
Lewis
my favorite,
Gainey.
the great Lewis Gainey.
Just some Bulldog legends. And Emerson Hancock, a lifelong Georgia fan. And get to see his parents. They come on every trip. And here's the lefty, Marcus Pujols. Hancock's pitch. That misses away, and it's 1-0. Pujols wearing number 31, 6'1", 265. Out of Santo Domino, Dominican Republic, smokes this one into center. A long run. Smith's going to track it down and make the catch on the edge of the track. Nice play, C.J. Smith. That ball was belted. Hey, that's the thing, though, DJ. With this defense, you throw strikes.
I like it.
Not going to give up a lot of runs.
I thought that one might have been out of here when it left the bat.
At least a gapper, right?
Great play by CJ.
All right, 3 up and 3 down as we head to the bottom half of inning number 2. No score, Georgia Dayton on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In the Southeastern Conference, we have a healthy appetite for more. More teams and more tournaments, all in the hunt for more hardware. Way more. That means more tackling, shooting, and putting for titles. More diving, cantering, and hurdling for trophies. And we have more national championships where the SEC goes head-to-head with the SEC. Now we'll take what we've earned and turn it into more. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
DP Dough of Athens, located at 180 West Broad Street in downtown Athens, has all your fresh baked calzone needs. Available for pickup or delivery, stop by today to try one of our many fresh baked calzones, our $6 zone of the day special, or build your own calzone with your choice of proteins, veggies, cheeses, and sauce. Call today for delivery at 706-842-2828 or order online at dpdough.com. And don't forget, we will be making a special DP Dough calzone delivery of the game to our loudest fans in attendance at Foley Field all season long. DP Dough, the original calzone company.
All right, here we go. Dogs will send Sullivan, Tate, and Smith to the plate against Wolf. DJ, we got Root Dog excited for the Diamond Dogs. Jesse listening in up in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Jesse Carver. Clark is watching in from Anderson, SC. A guy named the Strap Dogs barking loud. Bud is up in Blaine, Washington. And Sully takes a strike. It's 0-1. So we're going from South Florida to Washington State to Oregon to South Carolina as Sully ground just went up the middle. It's got eyes, and it's through for a base hit. Boy, Patrick Sullivan with a leadoff single. So Georgia trying to get something going here in the second. And Patrick Sullivan, a terrific, talented player, great defensive first baseman. He's battled injury and illness, has done everything right. And DJ, he's finally getting his time, and a great start to his redshirt junior year.
Hey, and how about this? The first two hits, Riley King and now Sully. And I think these two guys are going to have to play a huge, huge role for the Dogs this year. And very excited about both of them.
That is great to see as Connor Tate will stand in. The lefty Wolf looking in. He comes, set at the letters, and deals. That's a strike on the inner half. Say, anytime we got people listening in Effingham County and in Washington State, we must be doing something right.
That's right. We do appreciate it.
Oh, we love it. Keep those tweets coming. At D. Johnston UGA, at Jeff Dantzler TV. Runner at first, nobody out as Wolf looks in. Big Brickman holding Sullivan on. Here's the 0-1. Tate takes strike two. You got the Tate twins. Now Connor redshirted last year as he was injured. Oconee County High School. That is.
Yeah, we got to talk about his injury. We don't have to do it at the moment, but it was an interesting one.
What was OCHS? Was that about 14 miles from here?
That's
maybe?
right. That's right.
Just down the road. That's suburban Athens.
He had that weird rib injury. It was a high rib that he had hurt, and they had to figure out exactly what he had done.
Sullivan's at first with nobody out. We're scoreless at the bottom of the second. That one bounces up there. Nice block by Montoya.
Our injury report is always brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Bulldogs.
And luckily a pretty clean sheet right now.
Yeah. Here you go.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
I'll hit my head here.
Yeah.
Our buddies John Padgett and Woody Fields here at Foley saying go Dogs. Thank you, boys. Sully's at first with nobody out. We're in the bottom of the second. No score. Georgia and Dayton. Here's a 1-2. Misses low. Now, we were talking with Serbs between innings. Will there be more action in Dayton or Daytona?
That's right.
On Sunday? And hopefully the rain will.
It is weird that we're playing
away.
Dayton on Daytona weekend.
Just gray and overcast, but we'll go with the great Macon Meteor. 90 degrees and the sun shining.
Yep. Dusty.
Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball. This is skied out into left center field. Garrity, the center fielder, to his right, tracks it down. So for Dayton, Eccles in left, Garrity in center, Cleary in right. Eccles was the team's leading hitter last year, and DJ, both Garrity and Cleary made the A-10 all-freshman team, so they certainly feel like that outfield is a strength of their squad this year.
Yeah. And, they're picked to finish in the middle of the pack in the Atlantic 10, but I think they feel like they've got a better team than that. Hey, nothing with using that kind of stuff for a little motivation.
You betcha. Here's C.J. Smith standing in. He takes a strike, and C.J., another one of those two-way standouts, had a great freshman year for the Bulldogs, batted .300 with a homer and 9 ribbies, had a .248 ERA on the mound. He went 1-2. And it was interesting. It was one of his starts that kind of kick-started the rotation as the pitch is in there for a strike. Georgia was struggling trying to find some innings. We had a doubleheader against Kentucky. Wound up coming up short in a 1-0 game, but CJ went 6 and kind of got the rotation back in order. A reminder that it is a marathon, not a sprint. 0-2 to the sophomore left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Just a tailing two-seamer there from Hunter Wolf. His second K. That'll bring up Shepard and the top of the order. Well, for both of these teams, DJ, you've got the excitement and some butterflies, too, when you get out here on opening day.
You got to put a little bit of that aside. Play the game, but there's no doubt opening day in baseball, I think, is the best opening day of any sport.
It really is.
And I think for some obvious reasons.
Shepard takes a strike on the outer half.
Signifies that winter's coming to an end and the better weather's coming, so I know that gets everybody in a good mood.
Yeah, I look forward to it every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for the sports fan, it is certainly a holy day. Sully takes his lead off first with 2 down, bottom of the second. Wolf with a pretty good move to throw over, and Brickman able to stretch. And Sullivan's back in safely.
He's had a couple of throws to first that have almost sailed on him. So dogs better be ready if one gets away here.
Keep an eye on that. Somebody's grilling or something. Something smells good. Here's the 0-1. Shepard fists this one foul, straight back and out of play. Good to see our friend Josh Brooks pop into the booth earlier. I'm sure there'll
Rode
be
in on his Baroque 4.
And there'll be some guck, especially after that twin bill tomorrow. Dogs hoping for a plus weekend and a 3-0 start. As Shep takes a little stroll. Boy, you talk about a smooth operator at shortstop. Patrick Sullivan, the runner at first with 2 outs, bottom of the second. Time called. Wolf will step off. No runs, no hits, no errors for Dayton. No runs, 2 hits, no boots for the Bulldogs. Here's the 0-2. Corked out into center field. Garrity retreating on his horse, going back. Edge of the track. He'll make the catch and retire the side. So Cam gives that one a pretty good ride. Wolf had him just enough off balance to keep it in the yard. No runs a hit, no errors, and Sullivan stranded at first base. 2 in the books here in Athens. No score. Georgia and Dayton on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
SiriusXM brings you SEC college hoops like no one else. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from experts like Peter Burns and Chris Doring, as well as live play-by-play. So catch every dagger, diamond drive in your car, online, or on the SiriusXM app. Or try us out for free with a streaming trial subscription and take your team with you anywhere you go. Get a free streaming trial at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
Termite season is here. Is your home protected? Thousands of Metro Atlanta homes are damaged by termites every year, resulting in thousands of dollars in repair costs. Protecting your home from termites and other pests is simple with Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control has served Georgia communities for over 30 years, and we believe that relationships really do matter. That's why your satisfaction is our top priority. Call us today to schedule a free inspection at 770-954-9941 or visit us online at ActivePestControl.com. Active Pest Control, where relationships matter.
Georgia baseball rolls on. Now more of today's game on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
All right, welcome back here at Foley Field. Hey, it's a beautiful day because it's opening day. We're playing baseball. Georgia and Dayton are tied. The Flyers, bottom third of the order, do. Tirada, Montoya, and Benjamin Blackwell against Emerson Hancock. 6 up and 6 down. We've got our friend Dustin tweets in from Hartwell, Georgia. And DJ, I think we might have Washington State beat here. Our friend Colombo, North America, saying go Moose for Mason Meadows. He is at the Dubai International Airport on his way back to Georgia. Thank you, Colombo. And just one more thing.
Yeah, one more thing.
Hancock's face 6 and retired 6 as this pitch misses downstairs to Tirada.
His old man won the Heisman Trophy in 1992. Wait, being told that's Gino Torretta.
It beat out Garrison Hurst and Marshall Falk.
Unbelievable.
Here's the 1-0. This is hit high out into right field. King over to his left. He'll make the catch. One away. It's 3:14. The short porch out to right. 370 to the alleys. 350 to left and 400 to dead center. So thanks so much for being with us here today. Got our man Chris Welton, starter on the 1980 National Championship team. His son Connor was a terrific player here as Bailey Montoya, the catcher, takes outside. He's at his farm, has got us tuned in with a certain Super Bowl champion who was at the parade shirtless. Boss Andrews.
Nice.
All right. Here's a 1-0. That's a strike on the outer half. Yeah,
might be a little guck there with those two.
You betcha. As Connor and David Andrews were prep football teammates at the Wesleyan School. Here's the 1-1 to Montoya off the fist, left side. Nice play, Shunk on the first in time. And DJ, you talk about this a lot. That's heads up, the catcher running. Shunk gets him by 5 steps. No need to hurry. Got to set his feet.
And here's the thing, too. That's one of those where even if Shunk doesn't get it, and Cam gets it, catcher running, he's still going to throw him out. But anyone else, that's the play Aaron has to make there, and made it look very easy. And hopefully some good communication between the two there. Not that we can hear it here, but I'm sure there was.
Benjamin Blackwell takes a strike on the inner half. He's the Flyers shortstop. Blackwell is a freshman out of Fairfax, Virginia, and Riverdale Baptist High School. Hancock's pitch misses downstairs. 1-1 the count. So Emerson looking good. His pitch count about to hit 30. So really kind of right on track. 1-1. Misses down and away. This is a little Captain Obvious here, but one of the big keys for Georgia last year, dogs stopped beating themselves with the walks and with the errors. The tempo had a lot to do with that. Georgia played great defense, and the pitchers threw strikes. 2-1, chop to the left side and foul. So you do that, you throw strikes, and you play good defense, you're going to win a lot of games because you're not beating yourself.
And I still think the good defense, though, is a result, or better defense is a result of throwing strikes.
100%.
Yes, no walk. I mean, the walks are down. The wild pitches.
2-2 misses inside. That one touched 95.
Emerson was halfway to the dugout.
I think that was off the plate a little. David Savage, a home plate umpire. Here's a 3-2. This is hit deep out into left field. This could be trouble. Bradley and Smith on the run. Bradley slides and makes the catch against the wall. Woo-hoo! How about the outfield defense? Smith to end the second and Bradley to end the third. Put a couple of stars by that one if you're scoring at home.
I was going to be mad if that got out of here after the previous pitch.
Well, some good mojo there for the Dogs. 3 up and 3 down. We are heading to the bottom of the third. Scoreless here in Athens. It's Georgia and Dayton on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We Dogs are known for always giving 110%, both on and off the field. But no matter how hard we work, we can't deny that getting sick is easy. Luckily, getting care is too. As the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, Piedmont is committed to getting us better. With urgent care, same-day appointments, virtual visits from your smartphone or desktop, and Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, they've got the care you need when you need it. Booking an appointment is only a click away, so for game day and every day, get better at piedmont.org/UGA.
No one comes to the Southeastern Conference looking for less. This is where you gladly step up, sign up, and raise your hand for a heaping helping of more. More ways to challenge and push yourself, more people from more countries to meet and learn from, more opportunities to impact your community, both locally and globally. Oh, we celebrate championships like no other, but that's nowhere close to the whole story. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
Dogs at Dayton are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third. It'll be Bradley, Shunk, and Tally. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 do against Wolf, who has done a good job. Got out of a bases-loaded jam in the first. Sullivan singled to lead off the second. He got out of it unscathed. Hey, a big kudos going out to the Georgia women's tennis team winning the National Indoor Championship.
That was awesome.
Epic fashion. Beat number 1, number 2, and number 3. Took out North Carolina in a 4-3 thriller on Tuesday. Tucker Bradley takes Lowett away, and it's 1-0. Bradley hit .299 last season for the Bulldogs. A career .305 hitter. Left on left. Pops this one up, left side. The shortstop Blackwell retreats. Eccles in left. Blackwell, the shortstop, will make the catch in shallow left. 1 away. And here comes Aaron Shunk. Georgia with hits today from King and Sullivan. Emerson Hancock on the mound for the Bulldogs. Perfect first time through. Hunter Wolf doing a good job for the Flyers as Shunk smokes this one into the gap in right center field. This is going to sit down. Garrity going to field it on the short hop. Shunk digging for second. He is safe sliding with a one-out double.
First extra base hit of the year for the Bulldogs. Aaron had 12 doubles last year.
Well, Georgia with another threat. And let's see if the Dogs can get on the board. Tally was hit by a pitch in the first. Wolf toes the rubber on the first base side of the slab. He's got those stirrups all the way up. They're blue with the red horizontal wrapping. From the letters, he peeks to second and deals. That one misses downstairs, and it's 1-0.
Career double number 19 for Shunky.
Yeah, he has had a fantastic career. Had 99 total bases last year and went 5 out of 6 running. Now, once he took over as the closer, the stolen bases, that was no longer an option. So that's one thing. The two-way players are great. I mean, Georgia's got Shunk, C.J. Smith, Tucker Bradley. The problem is, though, Shunk was so valuable last year as your third baseman and closer, middle of the order hitter. Here's a 1-0. That misses downstairs.
It requires your coaches to get clever on how you use them, too. Because in a situation where he comes in to close, if you have to have him back out on the field, you have to be ready for that.
So you look at it and say, boy, this guy, that's like having 2 or maybe even 3 really good players, but then you really have to protect the body and make sure they're not getting worn down, because if they do get hurt, that's like losing 2 or 3 really good players. Tally takes down and away. It's 3-0.
Mr. Wolf was not happy with that one.
No, he didn't like it. David Savage, a veteran umpire. So Shunk is a runner at second. There is 1 out. We're in the bottom of the third. Georgia's got 3 hits. It's a scoreless game. The Dayton Flyers out of the Atlantic 10 here at Foley Field.
They've got that D on their cap that has like I don't know what you call it, like a wing or a swoosh.
Coming out of there.
Yeah.
Here's a 3-0 to Tally. Breaking ball misses inside, ball 4. So LJ hit by a pitch and walked, so he's reached both times, and that'll bring up King, who had the infield single in the first.
So Wolf has faced here, 10, 11, 12, 13 batters, and he's walked 2 and hit 1. Those things will start to catch up with you a little bit.
So 6
of the 13 have reached.
And here's King.
Little story within the story there.
You betcha.
So you keep putting the pressure on like that, and you'll eventually break through.
And obviously a trickle down with a doubleheader tomorrow, too, talking about getting into that bullpen. Wolf's thinking double play here. King belts this one foul, third base side.
Well, King's thinking 3-run homer. Wolf's thinking double play.
How about a 2-run double? I'll
take that
one.
too.
Riley King wears number 31. He's out of Lawrenceville. Runner at first for the Dogs, Tally. Shunk the runner at second. Averaged above average speed on the bags. King winning the right field job. From the letters, here's the 0-1. That misses inside.
Do you think if we told Riley that you and I, when we used to do high school football games back in the early 90s, that Collins Hill High School didn't exist, he would think, look, there's old men talking.
Who are these old guys?
Collins Hill came along in the 90s, and they were immediately a powerhouse.
Oh, man, well, they got like 4,000 kids go there. 1-1, the count to King. From the letters, Wolf's pitch. Belted foul, first base side. And again, just great to have listening in out in Harris County. 1980 national champion Chris Welton and a two-time Super Bowl champion David Boss Andrews. Like you said, DJ, plenty of guck there. And Boss going shirtless in the parade.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The highlight of the parade.
Hilarious.
A ball and 2 strikes, the count to King.
And how weird was it? It was like 60 degrees that day in Boston.
Sun was smiling on him. 1-2 pitch. Hit sharply in the left. That's a base hit. Shunk is going to be waved around third. Eccles throw home close and safe hit first. Riley King is 2 for 2. He drives in Shunk with Georgia's first run of the season. Tallies at second. The Dogs are on the board and in business.
Riley has already matched his RBI total from last year. Do you think he will pass it this year? Great to see.
Well, that's as they like to say, good piece of hitting there by King. And here's Moose Mason Meadows. Well, Meadows was just tremendous last season, a redshirt freshman. With a 289 average, 3 homers, 25 ribbies. He bounced to third to end the first. Had a dramatic home run at Alabama. Wolf looking in, left on right. That one's in the dirt. Good stop by Montoya. Patrick Sullivan waiting on deck. I'm just telling you, those dark gray clouds are just looming and lurking. But my phone says it's not supposed to rain till later.
Your phone better be right.
I hope so. We do not like rain delays. Left on right with Wolf looking in. Here's a pitch. Meadows takes inside. Pretty good pitch there. Wolf wanted it.
He's getting frustrated here.
2-0 the count. So the base runners for the Bulldogs, L.J. Talley at second and King at first. Riley King is 2 for 2. Shunk with the 1-out double to start the rally. Pickoff at second. L.J. is out. 1-4. Ouch. So you wonder sometimes with pitchers living on the edge, how do you keep wiggling out? Plays like that sure do help. So now 2 away and a 2-0 count to Meadows. And by the way, you can't bluff to third this year. So that's nice. Here's a pitch. That's a strike. 2-1.
Yeah, what they call the old 31, the third to first. Can't do it in the majors either.
Wish they would outlaw the bluff to second. Hey, if you want to go that way, that's fine, but you got to throw it. Well, and Wolf threw it there, and L.J. was leaning, and it wasn't even close. 2-1 to Meadows. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball high. It's 3-1. King, the runner at first. It's a little slight breeze started to blow in, and I mean a slight one. Sullivan waiting on deck. Dogs have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Wolf looking in. All kinds of room in right center for Meadows. Wolf comes set. There's a throw over to first. So King back in safely standing. Mitch Gaspard coaching at first. Scott Daly at third.
The only thing worse than a guy getting picked off an inning 2 guys getting picked off an inning. You got to be careful.
That is really not good.
I guess 3 getting picked off an inning would actually be worse.
And if you're a pinch runner, don't ever get picked off.
Herb Washington.
3-1, swing and a miss, and a payoff pitch is due. The old pinch runner getting picked off. You had one job.
That's right.
It is a 1-0 Georgia lead here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Our friend Dale Butt says hello from down in beautiful Beaufort, South Carolina, down on the water.
Love it down there.
Got a good crowd here at Foley.
Thank you, Dale.
We appreciate it. It's 3-2 to Meadows. Dogs with a run in, 2 outs, and King at first. The payoff pitch misses low, ball 4. So that's another freebie. And boy, DJ, how big is that pickoff looming now?
Well, for Dayton, it is a godsend. For Georgia, it could be the difference between a run or 2 or a big inning. We'll have to see.
And here's Patrick Sullivan, who singled to center to start the 2nd. Connor Tate waiting on deck. Dogs with a 1-0 lead, looking for more with 2 on and 2 out. Wolf left on left, working out of the stretch as Montoya's done a good job behind the plate, runs through the signs. Wolf comes set at the letters. Here's a pitch. Sullivan takes down and away. It's 1-0. I got to tell you, for an old Statesboro boy here, watching Patrick Sullivan and Cam Shepard, knowing their dads from back in the 1980s, it's a great experience, and I know they are 2 proud papas. Sully digging in with that open stance. Wolf left on left. Here's the 1-0. That misses down and away. Sully put on a show in BP. Put a couple up over the scoreboard. Here's an option quarterback at Marist. King is the runner at second. Meadows, the runner at first. Wolf looking in, lefty on lefty. Out of the stretch. Here's a 2-0. Swung on and missed. He had a big rip. Well, you remember 2 years ago when Patrick was stricken with mono, just never really got back in terms of his physical prowess, and he redshirted. But you can look at him now, listed at 6'3", 215 pounds, really looking good. Split time at first base last year, just a great glove. Got a feeling he's going to have a big year at the plate. It's a 2-1 count to the junior out of Marist. Wolf's delivery. This is hit high into shallow left. Eccles on the run. Here he comes. He dives and can't make the catch. King scores. Meadows being waved. The throw home not in time. That'll be a 2-out, 2-run double for Patrick Sullivan. And the Dogs extend the lead to 3-0.
Second career double for Sully, and hopefully the first of many this year.
Boy, and that's one, that ball hit high. You know, sometimes they're blessings in disguise. The fact that there were 2 outs.
Yeah.
You know, Georgia definitely doesn't get 2 runs home if there's just 1 out there. But that's a great job of base running.
And maybe not have gotten any because King would have had to have held.
Yep.
Just to make sure he could have gotten to third. I don't think any runs score.
Tate sends this one foul third base side.
So the pickoff actually might have been good because it set that up for being 2 outs. I'm reaching, obviously, but who knows?
Well, if the bases are loaded there, let's say if the pickoff and you still get the walk, he's probably score 1.
Right.
So Georgia gets 2, and Sully's halfway to the cycle with 2 hits and 2 ribbies. His old man's a big Red Sox and Patriots fan, so life's good for the Sullivans now. 0-1, misses up and away to Tate.
I saw a tweet that said, for Boston fans, the 3-month championship drought is over. From the Red Sox to the Patriots.
Oh, my goodness. They're probably hungry for the Bruins or Celtics to raise up a banner, too. It's 1-1 to Tate. Redshirt freshman out of Watkinsville. From the letters, here's the pitch. Fisted foul, straight back and out of play.
Does hardcore Bostonian want the Bruins, the Red Sox, the Celtics, or the Patriots to win a Super Bowl? I guess it just depends.
Yeah,
a lot of them would say the Bruins.
Yeah, I would say so. Once the Red Sox got past
the drought,
curse,
once they got their first one.
Yeah, but the Bruins, that's some serious downtown hardcore fan there. Here's a 1-2. Called strike 3 with a fastball. Well, Georgia strikes with the big inning. Third K for Wolf. The Bulldogs played 3 runs on 3 hits. There were a couple of doubles. There were no errors. And Georgia strands Sullivan at second base. We head to the 4th. It's Georgia 3 and Dayton nothing. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnson at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
Do you have Georgia Medicaid or Peach Care for kids? Time to feel better about your health care. WellCare has great benefits for the whole family. Choose great doctors from our large provider network. Earn free items with the new improved Healthy Rewards program. Get care and support you can count on. Choose WellCare. It's easy to enroll. Call Georgia Families at 1-888-423-6765 or visit georgiafamilies.com. To learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-231-1821.
This is Bulldogs Baseball. Now back to the field.
Dogs have a 3-0 lead over Dayton. Georgia Baseball brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. And as soon as we pause 10 seconds, we'll send it over to DJ. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. 9 up and 9 down so far for Emerson Hancock. So facing the top of the order here, Garrity, Cleary, and Brickman, and a swing and a miss by Garrity on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball there from Hancock. Garrity lined out to second his first time up as Georgia leads it here 3-0 in the 4th. And that pitch to the lefty misses low, 1-1 to the sophomore center fielder, Mitchell Garrity.
He was hit by a pitch 20 times last year. You talk about wearing it.
Here's the 1-1. This one's a little dribbler. Third base side. Shunk charges in. Throws on to first in time for out number 1. Jeff, what do you think about Sully, Talley, Shepard, and Shunk just defensively, how they stack up against the rest of the infields in the SEC?
I think it's got to be one of the best in all of college baseball. I mean, the left side, clearly what Shepard and Shunk's done is incredible. LJ's established himself as a terrific second baseman. And Sullivan, you talk about the best defensive first baseman in Georgia history. He's right there with Poitras and Morris.
Here's Cleary, fouls this one straight back, and it's 0-1. Man, I went SEC, and you just took it another level to the country. I love it.
I mean,
but if you're as good, if you're tops in the SEC,
sure,
you're tops in the nation.
And you got redshirt junior, senior, junior, and junior around the horn.
Yep.
And, Coach Strickland mentioning Georgia does have some depth there.
Here's the 0-1, misses low.
But I would think for virtually every game, you could just go ahead and pencil in these 4 guys. Again, knocking on wood.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can go ahead and pencil these 4 guys in the lineup.
Dogs leading at 3-0 here in the 4th. As the fastball is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Now, I'll ask you this, too. The home run totals aren't going to be what they were last year. We're going to win some more tight games. Maybe see some more doubles out of this Georgia team, maybe from the right side particularly.
Here's the 1-2. This one's tipped, so Mason have to throw him out at first as he does. So the old strikeout 2-3. And it wasn't tipped, obviously. They had to throw him out at first. I thought it was tipped in the dirt.
Yeah, it must have just gotten off the tip of the glove of Meadows.
We'll take it, though. That's a strikeout there for Hancock, and that is his second. So, it might be one of these seasons where we go from like I'll go 1990 on us as the pitch misses. We'll go from like a Brian Jester to like a Doug Rejevitz.
There you go. So
lots of homers to lots of doubles, and they both get the job done just in different ways.
You betcha. Yeah, Georgia, and no doubt when the Dogs get into league play, it's going to be a lot of low-scoring games.
This one is chop foul third base side. 1-1 now to Brickman.
And we've seen the SEC through the years, and this not even talking about the changes with the bats and the balls and everything, but it's gone from a slugger's league to more of a pitcher's league.
Yep.
Now, you still got some boppers in there, but just a lot of the scholarship money has been allocated more to pitchers. You don't see those 1 through 9 thumper lineups like you used to.
Here's the 1-1. Good fastball called a strike on the inner half.
Now, when you think about some of those teams in the late 90s that LSU had, in the 2000s that South Carolina had, it's a lot more quality pitching now.
Here's the 1-2. Oh, just missed a little bit low. By the way, I know Wolf got a little frustrated on a couple of ball strikes. Emerson's had a couple of those, too, not go his way.
Yeah, David Savage usually with a pretty tight zone.
So 2-2 here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Brickman. This one is lined on one hop to Shunk at third. He'll throw across in time to retire the side. 12 up, 12 down. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Dogs leading at 3-0 as you listen to Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
SiriusXM brings you SEC college hoops like no one else. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from experts like Peter Burns and Chris Doring, as well as live play-by-play. So catch every dagger, diamond drive in your car, online, or on the SiriusXM app. Or try us out for free with a streaming trial subscription and take your team with you anywhere you go. Get a free streaming trial at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
You couldn't miss that wedding, birthday party, or whatever event you felt obligated to attend. So you missed the game. And more importantly, the game program. Not to worry. IMGProducts.net has got you covered with official programs and yearbooks from many of the nation's top schools, plus conference and NCAA championships. Visit IMGProducts.net to browse the hundreds of publications available. IMGProducts.net. We've got you covered.
All right, back here at Foley Field, David Johnston, Jeff Dantzler along with you. Georgia leading it 3-0 as we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. Hey, college sports fans, it's SiriusXM. You get it all, and all at the press of a button. Listen to your kind of music, commercial-free, plus everything, entertainment, every kind of comedy, and, of course, coverage of every major sport, including Georgia baseball. So tune in to the best of the best. And it'll be C.J. Smith leading things off here for Georgia. Number 9 hitter in the lineup who looks at a breaking ball low. They've got 38 people in their bullpen now, so we'll start to see a little something going on with them. That was the 65th pitch thrown by Wolf. Now the pitch to C.J. This one's popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Let's see if there's room, and there is. A nice play there by the third baseman, Terada, for out number 1.
Yeah, he did a good job going to the wall, then working his way back out.
God, when I looked out there, I was like, is it starting to rain? It just looks so gray.
It does look gray and hazy. And by the way, Terada, fortunate there for friends from Dayton listening in, when the sun's shining, that left side of the field, it is really tough.
Yes. As the pitch to Cam Shepard is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
So we always say the sun field, left field at Foley Field.
Not today. 3-0 Dogs here in the fourth.
That Cam to left center here.
Now time called at the plate as Wolf was taking a while. Out of Wabash Community College, the Wabash Cannonball. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses away. Shepard bounced to second to lead things off and flew to center in the second.
Whatever the big street is in Dayton, we'll say Dayton Street. They say the Wolf of Dayton Street.
That's right. That's right. Here's the 1-1. That breaking ball drops in there for a strike. 1-2 to Shepard. All right, so we got a doubleheader tomorrow beginning at noon.
2 nines, 30 minutes in between games.
Yep. And if we get them both in, no game on Sunday. Here's the 1-2. This one's fouled straight back into the screen.
Good rip there by Cam.
By the way the weather looks, there's not going to be a game Sunday either anyway.
We'd probably have to go through the formality of sitting out here anyway. So hopefully we get them both in tomorrow.
Saw at Riviera, by the way, a bunch of Bulldogs playing this weekend, but they're having to fight the weather.
Well, they got basically a year's worth of rain in about a week in Southern California.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and away. This is the kind of at-bat we talk about that Shepard is so good at. Even if he gets retired here, this will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And I know we've had a couple of games where we look at it's a stat that you don't get to see very much and doesn't get thought about very much, but how many pitches did a batter see? This one's popped up out around second base. Shortstop Blackwell will take it for out number 2. But it was a 6-pitch at bat there, and those things add up too.
Yeah, it's a cumulative effect. And I think especially, Dave, when you got these games compressed in with a doubleheader. So, we start at 3 o'clock today. Let's say we finish up at 7 o'clock tomorrow. So you're talking about, 27 innings of baseball in a 28-hour period.
Right.
That's a lot of arms, a lot of pitches.
So here's TB as he bunts this one back to the pitcher on the first base side. Throw almost pulled the first baseman off. But Jonathan Mary says he kept his foot. Now Coach Strickland's out. I thought we'd see one sail from the pitcher, but I thought it might be on a pickoff.
Well, he didn't make the 270-degree turn.
Nope.
He made the awkward turn and angle and threw to first. And I think they're going to take a look at this one. And the home plate umpire, David Savage, just went, oh, geez.
Well, there he wants the review. Coach Strickland wants the review. He did the headphone signal, so we're going to get a review here, I believe.
And what the deal is, too, in SEC action, they're going to go back like in football.
Right.
It's going to be kind of the community chest. They're going to go back to Birmingham.
Which is good.
Yeah, to look at it.
For a couple of reasons. If they do go to the review here, which they are, then they'll have to go to the bowels of Foley Field.
And I think the deal here, what set all that up, Wolf he took the short angle, but it was the awkward angle for the throw. I think he kept his foot on the bag.
It was close for sure.
Yeah, we'll catch the replay again. We'll see. Again, our producer on the TV side, Carter Mills, is the best there is. He is just lights out. And we'll see if we can grab another angle on this. It was very close. Obviously, most reviewed plays are close. That's our other Captain Obvious statement there. But I think what got Coach Strickland there a little bit is Jonathan Mary at first. It looked like he started to signal him safe and then called him out. But it could be one of those deals where he was anticipating Brickman, DJ, coming off the bag, but he saw that he kept his foot on the bag. In the first angle that we saw, it looked like he kept his foot. Now, we'll check it here, as, again, Wolf took the funny angle.
Won't be able to tell on that angle.
It looked from that one angle like he kept his foot on the bag. That was a quick review. Ooh. Yeah, he was out.
All right. Hey, that was quick, too.
You betcha.
Good work there by the umpires, even though that one went against us. So good job by Wolf after giving up 3 in the third, comes back and retires the Dogs in order in the fourth as we head to inning number 5. Good good news here. Georgia leads Dayton 3-0 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Coach Kirby Smart here. Let's talk about the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics, Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont makes sure that our dogs are playing their best, but we know you don't have to be a college athlete to get bumps and bruises. With urgent care, same-day appointments, virtual visits from your smartphone or desktop, and Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, they've got the care you need when you need it. Booking an appointment is only a click away. So for game day and every day, get better at piedmont.org/UGA.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
You're listening to Bulldogs Baseball. Now back to the stadium.
All right, we had our first review of the season. Georgia lost. Reviews 1, Georgia nothing. David Johnston, Jeff Dantzler with you.
The great Robbie Kirk says hello from Jacksonville.
Yes, sir.
And his dad, Murford Kirk, he's tight with the Moody's. They're hoping to see Logan pitch.
Yeah.
He's got us tuned in, watching us and listening to us out in LaGrange.
Georgia.
Baby. Former Stomp. So you've been in the Strange and Sparkle City.
I've only lived in 3
Athens.
cities, and one of them is LaGrange. Troup County.
I love it.
Dogs leading at 3-0 here as we head to the 5th. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Dayton. And here's the second baseman, the left-handed hitting Eddie Persinger, who looks at ball 1 low.
Got our friend Todd says he's enjoyed some duck. Got the dogs on the big screen. Eric's all ears out in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Big E. We love you.
Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike.
We've got James listening in Copperas Cove, Texas.
Wow.
Man,
this is awesome.
We're going nationwide.
Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Pulled a string there, and it's 1-2 to Persinger. He struck out looking his first time.
That's probably, 10, 12 states, plus the Dubai airport. Not bad.
The Dubai airport.
That's fantastic.
Excuse me, sir, what are you listening to?
Georgia
baseball. Here's the 1-2. This one's hit a mile straight up. Now it's drifting over towards third base. Now in foul territory, Shunky makes the play for out number 1.
Boy, I would be interested to know for some of these terrific athletes who are two-sport guys, a ball like that, is that tougher or is catching a punt more difficult? I mean, that ball had to be hit, as Dave said, just a mile up in the air. But Shunk was able to find it and track it down.
Those are no fun.
Oh.
And this pitch comes inside on Eccles and hits him. And that is the first base runner of the afternoon here for Dayton. And that's no fun to get hit there on the old 95er.
No. And hey, he's got a perfect game. Are you sure he didn't lean into that?
Yeah.
Strike one? That's one of the new rules. And, yeah, you're exactly right. Eccles is, as they say, walking that one off. Ouch. Now their trader's going to come out and take a look at him as Big Pujols will stand in. Dogs with the 3-0 lead. RBI single from Riley King and a 2-run double from Patrick Sullivan. Eccles led the Flyers in batting last season. Now Hancock in the infield. They'll kind of take a stroll.
Hey, you can show your love for Georgia baseball with officially licensed Bulldogs merchandise from the G Shop. That's at GeorgiaDogs.com for the best selection of Bulldogs baseball gear, including jerseys, T-shirts, hats, collectibles, and much, much more. You can check out the G Shop at GeorgiaDogs.com. It's a Fanatics experience. And it looks like Mr. Eccles is okay. Like we said, getting hit in the arm with the old heater there from Emerson Hancock is not something I want to have happen to me.
No, sir. Chaz Cooksey listening in from here in Athens. He said, unfortunately, I'm not from around the country, but listen, this is our home base. We love it.
We appreciate it, Chad.
And hey, when you when you guys get done with work, pop on out. If you're a 9 to 5er, still good seats.
Here's the pitch to Pujols. It misses low, ball one. He flew to deep center his first time, and CJ made a great play.
Yeah, we've seen both Smith in center and Bradley in left. They've both made terrific catches.
Marcus Pujols tried to check his swing, couldn't do so, and it's 1-1. Pujols is out of Santo. That says Domino DR. I bet that's Domingo. They might have left a G out of there on the roster, but he went to Florida Prep Academy.
Saw a good story. Albert Pujols played 1 year at the College of the Sequoias. In his first ever game, he hit a grand slam and turned an unassisted triple play.
I'm going to say that was the beginning of greatness.
Hey, that's a pretty good day.
Wow. The grand slam and an unassisted triple play.
Listen,
how was your day?
If you can keep that up.
Yeah, really.
You might have an MVP season.
1-1 to Pujols here as the pitch misses downstairs, ball two.
Boy, can't give enough credit, can we, DJ, for the job Mason Meadows did last year. Really came out of nowhere. He had redshirted in 2017, and he was a rock behind the plate.
Just a huge reason why Georgia had the season that it did. That might have been that's the first throw over of the season, right?
Yeah.
He is the first base runner. Without hit him, 5-zip. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
Well, the big key, and you look at the line score, 3-5-0 and zeros across. If Georgia could just keep that zero in the errors column, you love Georgia's chances this weekend.
If that zero in the Dayton hits column stays there, I like Georgia's chances too.
You betcha. Boy, Hancock has been really sharp today, and he's had great defense behind him.
Again, a throw over to first. I expect to see the great defense behind him all season.
Yeah, no reason not to. I mean, with this infield and the speed in the outfield.
That was another thing, too. You know, we talked about how much the pitching improved last year. Again, a throw over. But the defense was so much better, too.
And like you said, I think the tempo had so much to do with that. Because the previous few years, my gosh, the walks, the hit by pitch, wild pitches.
Here's the 2-2. He just got a piece of it.
And just the tempo, the grind. I don't care
and
who
then it causes your fielders to kind of zone out.
And I don't care, again, who you are, how focused you are. If you're just sitting there waiting 35 seconds for a pitch to be signaled in, you know, it's game 48 and it's 98 degrees. Good gosh, it's hard to stay focused.
People yelling at you. Just gets old after a while.
Hurry up!
Yeah, here's the 2-2. This one's a chopper to Sully at first. He'll go to second for one. The relay in time.
How good.
Love the old 3-6-3.
Face the minimum.
Gotta love it. Great work there. Sully could have gone to first himself and then made the throw to second, but I like what he did there.
Boy, he is so smooth, and he and Cam Shepard, that was a heck of a combo there.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, Dogs on top 3-0 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Before or after the game, come enjoy a great view of 5 Points from the covered deck at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Walking distance from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, you can find some of the best seafood north of St. Simon's. Oysters on the half shell, fish tacos and shrimp baskets with fries and coleslaw will get you started. For the land lovers, we've got you covered with our club, Reuben, and grilled chicken sandwich. Eating healthy? Try one of our numerous salads on the menu. There's something for everyone at Marker 7 in the heart of 5 Points. Plenty of parking available.
In the Southeastern Conference, we are driven by the quest for more. More titles, more NCAA records, but also more renewable energy sources for some of the nation's greenest campuses. For more partnerships with NASA, the NSA, and the UN. For more billions pumped into our state economies. Our 14 leading universities know that no matter how much we achieve, we can always do more. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
The University of Georgia Athletic Association would like to welcome Gainesville Mechanical and Longhorn Steakhouse in Athens, as well as the Georgia Cotton Commission from the agricultural category to its new hometown team partner program. Let's support our hometown team partners. Georgia leading at 3-0 here as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Feeling kind of funky right now.
The funky monkey.
Aaron Shunk will lead it off here for the Dogs. Shunk, Talley, and King, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters.
Hey, our buddy Rod Bramblett, the voice of the Auburn Tigers, on his way to Music City for Auburn and Vandy, tuning us in on the drive. So, Rod, hey, we love you and Andy.
Thank you, Rod. Here's the pitch to Shunk. Hit on the right side and threw out into right field for a base hit.
Boy, Aaron Shunk is now 2 for 3 in that double in the third. Jump-started the Bulldogs offense.
6 hit for the Dogs, 2 each for Shunk, King, and Sullivan. Be looking forward to seeing Rod and Andy when we're over in Auburn later in the year.
Just great guys, 2 of our favorites. DD flew in from Palm Beach for opening day. Clay's got us tuned in down in Fort Lauderdale. I love it.
All these sunny places.
And our friend Ty from the Georgia golf team's got us.
Nice.
Man, Ty Waller.
Nice. All right, here's LJ. Looks at ball 1, low and away. Think anyone's ever told him to hit them straight?
Hit them straight. Make your putts.
It's an easy game.
And don't get beat with the pencil.
That's right, yeah. Yeah. And make sure your caddy doesn't stand behind you.
And make sure you don't stiff your caddy either.
Going to throw over to first.
If
you're going to give them 0.0001% of your winnings, then I guess that's how you do it.
Just typical tech stuff. There's the great Mike Cavan, a legend. It's a man who's brought both Pebble Beach and Augusta National to its knees. It's like Watson and Nicholas.
Here's the 1-0. This one's lifted out to right. Deep right center field, but the park will hold this one as the center fielder Garrity runs it down. And Shunk's back to first.
DJ, he didn't quite pull it enough. When it first came off the bat, I thought it might hit the scoreboard, but it faded a little bit, and Garrity, with good speed in center, was able to track it down.
So here's King. Riley off to a hot start. He's 2 for 2. Dogs with a 3-0 lead here. We are in the bottom half of inning number 5. Georgia does have some activity out in the bullpen as the pitch misses low, and it's ball 1.
Well, now that Hancock has lost the perfecto, it has merely faced the minimum here through 5.
Yes. Dayton, zeros across the board. Georgia 3 runs and 6 hits. And we like the 0 in the error column, too. 1-0 coming up to Riley King. This one is hit out to deep left field. Turned around and looking back, and that ball is out of here. Riley King with a 2-run homer, and that extends the Georgia lead to 5-0.
And how about Riley King making the first start of his Georgia career? He is 3 for 3 with his first Bulldog home run, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored.
Line drive homer too, Jeff.
That was a bullet. And the Dogs, this is where we talked about it, that cumulative effect. That cumulative effect of those bases on balls, a hit by pitch, and working the count. And Riley King making Wolf pay.
Here's Mason Meadows standing in, and he lines this one out to left, and at his knees making the catch is Eccles, the left fielder, for out number 2. Good play there by Eccles. And Dayton definitely needed that out there. If that ball drops, you almost sort of start to feel the floodgates coming. So here's Patrick Sullivan. He's 2 for 2. including that 2-run double in the third. And he pops this one up out to second base. The shortstop Blackwell underneath. He'll make the catch to retire the side. But a 2-run homer for Riley King, the first of his career. As Georgia extends the lead to 5-0. We head to the 6th. This is Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
DP Dough of Athens, located at 180 West Broad Street in downtown Athens, has all your fresh-baked calzone needs. Available for pickup or delivery, stop by today to try one of our many fresh-baked calzones, our $6 Zone of the Day special, or build your own calzone with your choice of proteins, veggies, cheeses, and sauce. Call today for delivery at 706-842-2828 or order online at dpdough.com. And don't forget, we will be making a special DP Dough calzone delivery of the game to our loudest fans in attendance at Foley Field all season long. DP Dough, the original calzone company.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
This is Bulldogs Baseball. Now back to the field.
All right, back here at Foley Field. Georgia with a 5-0 lead as Emerson Hancock completing his warm-up tosses. Always great to see Coach Cavan. I would think, I may be wrong, but this is probably the final inning here for Hancock, who has done terrific work so far. He's only thrown 55 pitches in 5 innings. Would you say, Coach, at around 60?
Yeah, he said 6 innings is what he thought, maybe even up to 80 pitches or so. But
80 pitches, my bad.
But I'm with you, though. If he gets through this unscathed.
Maybe another one?
We'll see. I think 6 would do it.
Here's Tirada, the third baseman, standing in and looks at strike one. Georgia 5, Dayton nothing. Thing is, too, though, you've got to be able to utilize your bullpen as the 0-1 misses low and away. So even if the pitch count might be a tad bit lower than you were thinking, you still got some guys you want to use. Now, tomorrow makes it a little bit different because it's the long day. Now the 1-1. That one misses downstairs.
So basically the Georgia rotation, you're looking Hancock, Will Proctor, Tony Losi on the weekend, C.J. Smith midweek. You got the heralded freshman Cole Wilcox potentially. And then the back end of the bullpen, you got Zach Christophack, Ryan Webb, and Aaron Shunk.
Yes.
That is a lot of depth.
Yes. Here's the 2-1. Pitch misses inside, ball 3. I know Coach had also mentioned, too, that we might see Darren Pasqua, the freshman out of Rocky Face.
Christian Ryder had an excellent fall camp. I think Christian will figure in this year.
3-1 lifted out to right. King going back. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
So there is terrific depth there. And what I kind of like, not that Will Proctor and Coach Strickland, I talked about this on Bulldog Hotline Monday night, not that he's a soft thrower. He's around 90, but kind of putting him between Hancock and Losi, it almost takes you back to the old Astros when they went J.R. Richard and Nolan Ryan with Joe Necro in between them.
That's right. Here's the pitch to the catcher, Montoya, in there for a strike. Now, did they also have Mike Scott then, too?
I think he came a little bit later.
After that.
But Proctor's got such a good breaking pitch.
The breaking ball is what is so good with him. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. 94 on that one.
And, Dave, we mentioned it last year, too. You could just see it with Emerson, a big guy like this. Just such a smooth throwing motion, too. Great mechanics.
The 0-2. Fastball misses high. Did he go? No. Yeah, I was just about to say, just looks so easy.
He's a natural. He's a great kid, too. Joy seeing his parents on the road.
Here's the 1-2. This one is hit on the right side. Slow roller. Sully's got it. Flips to Hancock covering the bag. The old 3-1 for out number 2, and the Dogs made that one look easy because that one had some weird spin coming off of it, and Sully handled it perfectly.
And Montoya, who's not on Dayton's 4x100 relay team, the Flyers catcher. Again, that's heads up, like we had said before. Sullivan knew he had time, but you're right. The English on that one made it tricky.
So here's the shortstop, Blackwell. Right-handed hitter, flew to left his first time as the pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Tell you what's been impressive about Dayton and why they've been able to hang around. They've played good defense here. They hadn't had the bad self-inflicted wounds. The pickoff play.
Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss.
That got him an out. That might have wound up inadvertently helping Georgia get an extra run. You don't know how history would have been. I think Wolf has done a good job battling, but Georgia just eventually wearing him down.
The 0-2. This one's hit foul out of play first base side.
Well, but Dayton, we were talking with their sports information director, and he said he felt like this team had a chance to be better than 9th place in the Atlantic 10, and I can see that.
The 0-2. Fastball misses high. Well, Dayton will go as many teams go. You get some decent pitching and you play decent defense, you're going to have a chance.
You betcha.
And they've done that today. Here's the 1-2. Missed a little bit low. And for the third time, Hancock was halfway to the dugout.
Yeah, but Jay Kafer from their sports information staff, I want to thank him for his good work. Also, our friend Wells Arms up in Raleigh for some great research.
We appreciate
on the
that.
Flyers. And, of course, our SID, the great Christopher Lakos, been the best in the biz since 1993.
2-2 pitch coming up to the freshman. This one's hit on the ground to Shepard at short. Throws on to first in time to retire the side. 3 more up and 3 more down as Hancock has faced the minimum through 6 innings.
Boy, this is kind of working out as a historic opening day performance.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was 22-9 on opening day last year, I believe. It is 5-0 Georgia as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnson at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
You couldn't miss that wedding, birthday party, or whatever event you felt obligated to attend. So you missed the game. And more importantly, the game program. Not to worry. IMGProducts.net has got you covered with official programs and yearbooks from many of the nation's top schools, plus conference and NCAA championships. Visit IMGProducts.net to browse the hundreds of publications available. IMGProducts.net. We've got you covered.
All right, Dogs lead at 5-0 here at Foley Field. The season opener, Georgia baseball, and it'll be the DH Connor Tate leading things off for Georgia. Dogs have 7 hits. 3 for Riley King, 2 each for Aaron Shunk and Patrick Sullivan. King has 3 RBIs, including his first career homer. So here's the right-handed hitting Connor Tate standing in as the pitch misses high, ball 1. Connor and his twin Cole, both on the roster out of Bishop and Oconee County High School. Thank you, sir. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch. And it's 1-1 to Connor Tate. And a doubleheader coming up tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get everything in there. As the pitch to Tate is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2.
When I get it with the twin bill tomorrow, too. Eccles, Dayton's leading hitter last season. Just give him a chance. Obviously, that left elbow stinging after he got hit by the pitch.
As the pitch misses inside 2-2. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that as they do make the change there. So they have a new left fielder, Bryce Helgath.
And I get it. So let Eccles go ahead and ice that thing down because they're going to need him tomorrow.
And a long day tomorrow. It's not 2 7s, it's 2 9s. 2-2 pitch coming up to Tate. Swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch for out number 1.
Good
3 in a
stuff.
row set down by Wolf since the King homer. And I've got him now with 4 Ks.
I got that too.
All right.
You know, this is one for Wolf. Now, listen, the game is far from over, but you know, if he could get through the 6th inning, the longer he can go without Dayton having to go to the pen. I mean, obviously, Georgia's going to have a deeper pitching staff. That's a big boost for Dayton looking ahead to tomorrow.
Center fielder C.J. Smith squared the bunt. That pitch hit him in the back. Actually kind of hit him in the shoulder, like between the shoulders, and kicked all the way back to the screen.
It was a good duck down.
Yeah.
That's a second hit batsman.
So what is that, 3 walks and 2 hit batters?
Yeah, got him
for
right.
Wolf.
Right between the M and the T and Smith, right on the I, the letter I.
CJ's okay. So he's at first with 1 out. Top of the order, Cam Shepard standing in. Cam popped the short as last time. Dogs with a 5-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Now the pitch. That one bounces up there. And their catcher, Montoya, has done a good job today blocking the plate.
Yeah, he has been, I think, especially good, Dave, on those breaking balls in the dirt where Wolf's trying to get Georgia to chase, and he's just going old school, throwing the chest protector in front of it.
You got Montoya, they got Pujols. Now the 1-0 coming up. Here's the pitch. That one misses high, ball 2. They have right now, I see a right-hander out there. And maybe, is that number 1?
That is Corey Imbriano, number 1.
Out of Wakefield, Mass. Northern Essex Community College. That sounds cold. Here's the 2-0. That one misses low, ball 3. So let's see here. We've got 7 hits with 3 guys. Bradley's reached on a walk. LJ's walked and been hit by a pitch. Meadows has walked and scored. CJ's been hit by a pitch. So only Shepard and Tate haven't reached today, and Cam's about to. And a throw over to first, and just in there, CJ. That was a good move there by Wolf.
Boy, Georgia got a break.
They're going to ask for a replay, I think, or a review.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
All right, so what's the deal now? How many of these are you going to get a game? Right. Let's consult our new sheet here with the video replay rules.
Yes.
Because also pace of play is number 1 on the list here of 2019 rules changes.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
Well,
I gotta admit, I don't know about you, but I thought he was about to ring him up there at first.
I did, and especially, it's 5-0.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. We'll find out if CJ caught a break.
Yeah, I thought he was going to ring him up as well, and we'll see if Carter can pull up a replay for us here to see whether he was back in or not. He was definitely leaning on the play. Hunter Wolf with a nice move. As you see Bulldogs coach Scott Strickland. Dogs with a 5-0 lead here today. Emerson Hancock with great pitching, a 2-run double from Patrick Sullivan and a 2-run homer from Riley King.
Part of the pace of play initiative, too, though, is mound conferences.
Yes. Well, because here's the worst. When the catcher goes out, and then the coach comes out, and then the umpire comes out, and then you make the move, and then you got to wait on the relief pitcher to come in, and so you go about 10 minutes. All right, so let's see. You get the umpire crew, they take 2 coaches' challenges, okay? 2 per.
They're back out quick.
All right.
What do we got?
Safe.
There you go. Coach Strickland 0 for 1, and now Coach King is 0 for 1 on the challenges.
All right, so 3-0 to Cam Shepard.
I like the fact they went in and got back out really fast, though.
Me too. They could just check with us. Completely unbiased.
Coach Strick says we didn't have a good year last year. We got to do better.
Some of them were.
Some of them were dicey.
And I think as the throw goes over to first, I swear that Cam was involved in like 5 of them at home plate.
I know.
There was one where he was so safe, and he got called out. It's like, well, I don't know what the point is.
What are they looking at? Are we not looking at the same thing? All right, the 3-0 to Shepard. This one is chop foul up the first base line.
Green light.
I like it.
The only problem sometimes, and we talk about this a lot through the years, if you do get that green light 3-0, not overswing. All right, I got to swing at this. I got to swing at it. And just trying to muscle up on it too much.
No, it's a good sound, too, when you hear Matthew Kaminsky.
He is the best.
Five nothing Dogs here in the 6th. And again, a throw over to first.
Just saw a young lady walk by with blue jeans with all kinds of holes in them. I'm thinking, I should have saved all my jeans from when I was a kid, when my mom would yell at me for ripping them, for sliding out on the playground. God, those things would be worth a fortune these days.
Here's the 3-1. That one misses as CJ was on the move, but it was ball 4 anyway, as he was called out by Danny Everett at second base. But it was ball 4.
So that is now 4 walks, 2 hit by pitch. And you know the Flyers, they're just trying to squeeze 2 more outs out of Wolf here.
I think he's done a pretty commendable job today.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now here's Tucker Bradley.
And now 8 of Georgia's 9 have reached base.
So Bradley stands in 0 for 2 with a walk. Batting from the left side, first and second with 1 out. Georgia with the 5-0 lead. Here's the pitch. This one's hit foul out of play, third base side. So CJ at second, Cam at first. So good speed on the base paths here for the Dogs. By the way, for some reason, college baseball has more national rankings than any other sport.
Yeah, I think there's 6 different polls.
I got 5 of them in front of me. Here's the 0-1. This one misses away. I did the old composite thing of these 5, and I got Georgia came out to 12.4.
Yeah, it was a consensus top 15.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As high as 9, but yet average around 12.
Yep. So that's what I've been saying. Number 12, Georgia. They actually are number 12 in one of the polls. The baseball writers. Here's the 1-1. Bradley was fooled there, a little half swing, and it's 1-2.
Got a nice tweet from Chase Atkins' mom. Mrs. Atkins enjoyed listening in, saying this is the first time in 21 years that she hasn't had a ball player to go watch.
Well, we really enjoyed Chase.
He was a great pitcher, great kid.
Here's the 1-2. This one hit fouling out of play, third base side. You know, we talk about, from last year, Jeff, missing all those power numbers and everything. Mm-hmm. Well, Kevin Smith and Chase Atkins were 13-1.
Well, you got that right.
Yeah.
And you talk about a couple of veterans, Atkins a senior and Smith a junior.
Yeah. I think they had 145 innings between the two of them.
And just nails at the top of that rotation.
Here's the 1-2. This one's pop foul this way.
Well, we got Quentin, says a nice hello, saying wishes he was sitting in the box with us. And our friend Jacob tuning in from Snellville. And Chuck Tyndall out in Telluride, Colorado.
Oh, man.
We are all over the place.
We got some people in some nice places.
No doubt. Appreciate you spending part of your day with us.
1-2 coming up again here to TB. Here's the pitch. This one's hit on the ground to second. He'll flip to the bag for one. The relay in time.
Nice play by Blackwell.
Yes, indeed. Good work by Dayton there on the 4-6-3. And that'll do it for the Dogs here in the sixth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left. We head to the seventh. Georgia with a 5-0 lead as you listen to Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Before or after the game, come enjoy a great view of 5 Points from the covered deck at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Walking distance from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, you can find some of the best seafood north of St. Simon's. Oysters on the half shell, fish tacos and shrimp baskets with fries and coleslaw will get you started. For the land lovers, we've got you covered with our club, Reuben, and grilled chicken sandwich. Eating healthy? Try one of our numerous salads on the menu. There's something for everyone at Marker 7 in the heart of 5 Points. Plenty of parking available.
You know, Georgia peaches don't just come from Georgia. They come from farms in Georgia, worked by farmers, working hard to cultivate the crops that drive the state's economy. That's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with support through advocacy and benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. Join online for just a couple bucks a year. Easy as peach cobbler.
This is Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Let's go back to the booth.
Back here at Foley Field, David Johnston and Jeff Dantzler along with you. Michael Serber is our network studio producer. Thanks so much for joining us here on opening day. And here's Jeff to take you home.
Thank you very much, DJ. And Emerson Hancock has been sensational today, facing the minimum through 6 innings of work. He has allowed just one base runner. He hit Connor Eccles with a pitch in the 5th, and the Dogs promptly turned a 3-6-3 double play. And it'll be the top of the order, Garrity, Clearly, and Brickman. So hitters 1, 2, and 3. Garrity, the left-hander, has lined to second and bounced to third as the pitch misses down and away. It's 1-0, and the pitch count now at 70 for Hancock. Here's a 1-0. That one misses down and away.
We got our man Zach Christofak and also Tim Elliott out in the bullpen for the Bulldogs.
Got to go back to March 17th, 1999 as the 2-0 catches the outside corner to make it 2-1. If you're thinking about a 0 in a certain column, you go back to Don Wojin in 63 against Tech for the perfecto. Here's a 2-1. Called strike. The last individual no-no was Brian Powell back in 94 against Eastern Kentucky. Big country Robert Tyler came really close a couple of years ago.
Oh, we were talking about that the other day, the Alabama game.
Pitch misses downstairs. Georgie Salem off the bench with a 2-out homer. So a payoff pitch due Garrity. Emerson Hancock.
And it was a no-doubter.
It was. Like over the scoreboard, a bomb. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Bouncing ball to second. Tally on to first in time. What a game. You kind of talk about it, just the first batter of the season. Garrity hit it on the nose, and Tally made a terrific play on a line out. Good tone setter. And here's Michael Cleary, the left-hand hitting right fielder. He is flown to left and fanned. Cleary hit .261 last year with 12 stolen bases and 16 runs driven in. This is rolled to the left side. Shunk cuts it off on to first, 2 away. Shunk's been really good in the hot corner today.
Yes, he has. He's had a great day out in the field. He was also, I think he was a little irritated on the play he made to start the 5th inning on the ball that was hit pretty much straight up the chute that kind of drifted over towards their dugout. And I guess that's their head man that's also the third base coach. Did not get out of the way.
Jason King. There's a little blooper into shallow right for Brickman. It's a base hit, and the no-hitter is broken up with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And Emerson Hancock going to get a big ovation. Boy, what a terrific performance. So Brickman with a first pitch single to right. He's aboard. And that'll bring up the left-hand hitting second baseman, Eddie Persinger.
Now batting number 50, the second baseman, Eddie Persinger.
Not Persinger.
No, sir. Persinger.
Yes.
Just think Lastinger.
That's right.
Hancock, righty on lefty.
Yep.
He'll step off. Georgia threw a combined no-hitter back on March 17th, 1999 against Furman. Actually won that game 14-1. Here's a pitch. That one misses outside. That was one of those deals because Furman led 1-0, but like we hit a guy, walked a guy. There was an error. I didn't even realize till like the 6th. Oh gosh, they don't have a hit. Yeah.
Now who was in on that one?
On that one. You ready for these names? Hancock's 1-0. Misses up. Kyle Goodson, Sean Helmy, Philip Sledge, Tim Freeze, and Smoking Barry Fowler.
I love it.
So terrific names out of the past.
Yes, indeed. That was almost, 20 years ago? Or was 20 years ago?
Yeah. 2-0 to Persinger. Here's a pitch. That's a strike on the outer half.
So you said the last no-hitter,
Brian Powell. That was the combined no-hitter.
And his was in Brian's 94. Was in 94.
Yep. Well, Powell was a great
terrific.
one. He was a great one. It is 2-1 to Persinger. Is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lucky going to pop out to third. This one misses away, and it's 3-1.
He was out of South GA.
Bainbridge.
Yep. Where's Kirby from?
Bainbridge.
Hey, how about that?
There you go.
Hey, what a coincidence.
The banks of the mighty Flint River.
That's right.
Here's a 3-1. Sent foul right back this way. So a payoff pitch is due. That'll mean a head start for Alex Brickman, the big guy. 6'4", 265 out of Andover, Mass. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th for Dayton. Dogs with a 5-0 lead. Emerson Hancock twirling a gem here on opening day. The sophomore from Cairo rocks and fires. Liner out into right for a base hit. Brickman will pull into third. So back-to-back singles, and the Flyers have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Well, I know Chris Stefack is certainly ready to go. Yes, Elliott is as well. Ryan Webb's also starting to loosen up out in the pen.
And that'll bring up Bryce Helgeth for the first time as the lone base runner the Flyers had in this game prior to this 7th inning was Connor Eccles, hit by a pitch in the 5th, then pulled out of the game. So Dayton trying to claw back and cut into this 5-0 Georgia lead. Righty on righty, here's a pitch. He squares. That pitch misses low, and he offers at it. It's 0-1.
I mean, Jeff, that was just their second at bat with a runner on base.
Isn't that crazy? And the Dogs turned the double play in the 5th.
Yep.
Well, Hancock's been so good. Now Helgeth will go talk to the head man, Jason King. So they share a couple of words here. Let's set the Georgia defense for you. Meadows, the catcher. Sullivan, Talley, Shepard, and Shuck first to third around the horn of the infield. Bradley, Smith, and King left to right in the outfield. Yeah, that's right. Tucker Bradley has gone from right to left here in 2019. Hancock looks in. Righty against a righty. from the letters. Here's a pitch. That misses down and away. Hancock's pitch count at 85. This will be his last inning.
You think it's his last hitter one way or the other?
I think so. I really do. Would love to.
Especially with the lefty on deck.
You betcha. Love to get him out of this inning. Here's a pitch. That misses down and away, and it's 2-1.
I think if Helgeth reaches here, we'll see Webb come in and pitch to Pujols unless they make a change.
Number 55, the lefty Ryan Webb. Hancock looking in. Here's 2-1. Just misses away. It's 3-1. The velo's still there. That would hit 92. Boy, you just don't want to see what has been such a great performance spoiled here. Love for him to keep the shutout. Back-to-back hits for Dayton as they threaten here in the top of the seventh. 3-1. Misses downstairs. That gets away from Meadows, but not far enough. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And guessing that'll be it for Hancock, who has pitched a tremendous game here today. That is his first walk allowed as Pujols will come to the plate. And he has been announced. Hancock has now thrown 88 pitches. And there we go. Now Scott Strickland will make his way to the mound. So hate for it to end like that for Emerson. Boy, what a great game. He goes 6 2/3 hitless, but 3 straight reach. And now Pujols, he's a big guy. And remember, he flew to the wall in center field back to end the second. That short porch and right. This could get interesting in a hurry. So Georgia will turn it over to Ryan Webb. It's a UGA Bookstores call to the bullpen with Georgia on top, 5-0 here in the seventh on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Before or after the game, come enjoy a great view of 5 Points from the covered deck at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Walking distance from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, you can find some of the best seafood north of St. Simons. Oysters on the half shell, fish tacos and shrimp baskets with fries and coleslaw will get you started. For the land lovers, we've got you covered with our club, Reuben, and grilled chicken sandwich. Eating healthy? Try one of our numerous salads on the menu. There's something for everyone at Marker 7 in the heart of 5 Points. Plenty of parking available.
It's a UGA Bookstores call to the bullpen as the Bulldogs turn it over to the sophomore southpaw Ryan Webb. The UGA Bookstore, it's where the dogs shop. DJ's got the gray on with a classic McGill Bulldog.
It's a new one for me. I love it.
I got the red with the Power Black G on there. And we'll give you Webb's numbers from 2018 after we pause. 10 seconds for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Ryan Webb, 1-5 last season with 4 saves, an ERA of 4.50. He had 48 strikeouts and 29 walks in 54 innings, an opponent's batting average of .241. Webb out of Roswell and Pope High School, and here it's a bases-loaded situation as the lefty Marcus Pujols will come to the plate with Brickman at third, Persinger at second, and Helgeth hugging first. Emerson Hancock went 6 2/3 hitless, but 2 straight singles, then a walk. A splendid performance today. 6 2/3, 2 hits allowed, 2 Ks, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, and he stands to be the winner as Webb looks in. A lefty-lefty matchup. 5-0 Dogs with the Flyers at the plate here in the top half of the 7th inning. The right fielder, King, is way off the line. Webb's delivery. Over but low, it's 1-0. So Dayton trying to rally back here. They've certainly put some pressure on Georgia. Dogs on top, 5-zip, but the bases are loaded. And there's a presence at the plate right now. And he hit one a mile back in the second. C.J. Smith tracked it down in center, made a great catch. 1-0, slow roller right side. This could be tough. Sullivan get a glove, flips to Webb, in time covering to retire the side.
And a good thing the big man was running there. That helped us out a lot, but still a great play by Sully and Webb.
Not a speedster.
Ball finds you, Jeff.
Ball finds you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it crazy? No runs, 2 hits. No errors, and the Flyers leave them loaded. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Foley Field. Georgia on opening day with a 5-0 lead over the Dayton Flyers. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Coach Kirby Smart here. Let's talk about the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics, Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont makes sure that our dogs are playing their best, but we know you don't have to be a college athlete to get bumps and bruises. With urgent care, same-day appointments, virtual visits from your smartphone or desktop, and Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, they've got the care you need when you need it. Booking an appointment is only a click away. So for game day and every day, get better at piedmont.org/UGA.
In the Southeastern Conference, we have a healthy appetite for more. More teams and more tournaments, all in the hunt for more hardware. Way more. That means more tackling, shooting, and putting for titles. More diving, cantering, and hurdling for trophies. And we have more national championships where the SEC goes head-to-head with the SEC. Now we'll take what we've earned and turn it into more. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
All right, Dogs with a 5-0 lead as we head to the home half of the 7th. It's another UGA Bookstores call to the bullpen, and Dayton will turn it over to its top pitcher from last season, Justin Longbreak. DJ, good numbers for Longbreak. He was 1-0 with a save, a .386 ERA, 23 strikeouts, and 11 walks. And 30-plus innings pitched, 30 and 1/3. That ERA of 3.86 led the team. Native of Dublin, made one start, 16 out of the pen.
Fastest growing town in Ohio, Jeff. It's always Dublin.
Always Dublin, just like Dublin, GA.
You got that right.
And here's Aaron Shunk, who is 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and 2 runs scored.
I got a good note about the basketball game tomorrow.
Long breaks, pitch to Shunk, gets a strike. What do you got?
So the Dogs next year playing in the Maui Gym Invitational, which is out in Hawaii.
Nice.
Says, I'll tell you after the pitch here.
Long breaks 0-1 to Shunk. He squares and takes low and away.
The tournament will present an 8-foot handcrafted custom-made surfboard to the team tomorrow at the under 12 timeout at center court.
Nice.
Dogs are going to get a surfboard tomorrow at the basketball game.
That is awesome. That's going to be a first. Here's the 1-1. Shunk takes a strike. Well, thanks so much for being with us on opening day. Been looking forward to this for so long. Michael Serber, our network studio producer. Dave Johnston to my right. I'm Jeff Dantzler.
And for the Dayton folks listening in, Dayton's also playing in that next year, too.
Nice. 1-2. Popped up. Shallow center. Garrity coming on. He'll call and make the catch.
In fact, Kansas, Michigan State, UCLA, Virginia Tech, and the team that took down Ralph Sampson, Chaminade.
Chaminade.
As their head man is out of the dugout.
Oh, boy. And the dance begins.
Yes.
So long break. Faced one and retired one. By the way, Garrity, their center fielder, he started every game for the Flyers, all 52 games in center field last season. He's really an anchor for Dayton. So long break gets the out, and we'll take a short break It's a UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen. Our man Howard Taylor, hey, he knows how to invest the dollars.
Yeah. Here's where it all comes through for him.
It'll be Tally at the plate. We'll tell you about the new Flyers hurler after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnson at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen. The new hurler for the Flyers is a junior right-hander, Corey Imbriano, out of Northern Essex Community College, a native of Wakefield, Massachusetts. So long break, faces one and retires one. Nice opening day crowd, especially when you consider a couple of things. The threat of rain in the forecast, the fact that first pitch time was moved from 5 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and good crowd out in the left field lounge and out in the greenhouse and the brick house and over to our left of the greenhouse. There is just a terrific crowd, and they've got the cookers and the smokers going as Imbriano goes through the warm-up tosses. Georgia with a 3-run third and a 2-run fifth. Michael Serber, David Johnston, Jeff Dansel, your broadcast crew here today. Dogs got some activity down in the pen. L.J. Talley hit by a pitch in the first. He walked in the third and flew to center in the fifth. Imbriano into the motion. The pitch off the fist down the left field line. Foul and into the Flyers bullpen. And when Matthew Kaminsky breaks out the Zeppelin, we love that. L.J. Talley dig it in. Native of Folkston, Georgia. Imbriano's pitch. That misses downstairs, and the count even at 1-1. Our main man, Harry Dog, is here, DJ. Right down in front.
He never comes up here in the booth to say hello.
Wearing the number 1. We have been in the booth with the Kennesaw State Owl before.
Yes, we have. We may be Tuesday.
Talley smokes this one out into left center field. Helgreth on the move, though, will track it down. Got a good jump on that one. So Bryce Helgath with a nice play. Talley hit that one hard. And here's Riley King. Well, Dave, Hancock's been the star of the day on the mound. It's been King at the plate, making his first start. He's 3 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored.
He has been absolutely terrific.
He had Georgia's first hit of the season with an infield single in the first. He had an RBI single and scored in the third as the pitch misses downstairs, and he created the separation with a 1-out, 2-run homer in the fifth. A line shot that got over the left field wall. Dogs with a 5-0 lead. Imbriano is 1-0. That one misses outside. Georgia 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Dayton Flyers.
Christian Ryder out in the Georgia bullpen.
Looking forward to seeing Christian pitch.
Yep. Freshman Jack Gowan, was also throwing.
King hits this one into the Georgia bullpen. We were talking about those old Statesboro connections. Christian's dad, Scott Ryder, was a great pitcher at Georgia Southern, part of their 1990 College World Series team. It featured Georgia, Georgia Southern, and the Citadel along with Mississippi State and LSU. There was quite a Southern flavor in Omaha in 1990. 2-1 swing and a foul tip. 2 balls and 2 strikes account with 2 away. Bulldogs at the plate here in the bottom half of inning number 7. Zeros across the board for Dayton. Dogs with a 5-0 lead. Hancock had a no-hitter for 6 2/3 and faced the minimum through 6 2/3. Couple of singles, a walk, then Webb closed the door. Here's the 2-2. King sends it foul, straight back and out of play. Let me look at this phone here and make sure there's none of that dastardly rain coming. It says here it's not supposed to rain until like 10 o'clock tonight, and then get out of here tomorrow.
And then come back on Sunday.
With a vengeance.
Yeah.
And then not leave until April. Here's a 2-2. King hits it foul, third base side. Yeah, but just looking now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Of course, it's Georgia in February. I mean, it could change.
Have we had an opening day change before? I'm trying to think about that.
I can't remember.
I can't either.
I don't think so. That was a smart move to get out in front of it. I wish we'd started this time for all the midweekers. Here's the 2-2. That misses outside. I get it. This is a Friday game, but you don't start playing at night until you get into the SEC. I think you're going to get a better crowd with folks kind of leaving work. So maybe if you started between 3 and 4, I like that better. As King comes up empty here with a nice change. Embriano with a strikeout. And the side is retired. So that is the 5th strikeout of the game for the staff. 3 up and 3 down go the Dogs. 7 in the books here in Athens. Georgia leads Dayton 5-0 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
DPDO of Athens, located at 180 West Broad Street in downtown Athens, has all your fresh baked calzone needs. Available for pickup or delivery, stop by today to try one of our many fresh baked calzones. Our $6 zone of the day special, or build your own calzone with your choice of proteins, veggies, cheeses, and sauce. Call today for delivery at 706-842-2828 or order online at dpdo.com. And don't forget, we will be making a special DPDO calzone delivery of the game to our loudest fans in attendance at Foley Field all season long. DPDO, the original calzone company.
Termite season is here. Is your home protected? Thousands of Metro Atlanta homes are damaged by termites every year, resulting in thousands of dollars in repair costs. Protecting your home from termites and other pests is simple with Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control has served Georgia communities for over 30 years, and we believe that relationships really do matter. That's why your satisfaction is our top priority. Call us today to schedule a free inspection at 770-954-9941 or visit us online at activepestcontrol.com. Active Pest Control, where relationships matter.
Georgia baseball rolls on. Now more of today's game on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It is 5-0 Dogs as we head to the 8th. The Flyers will send up Tirada, Montoya, and Blackwell as Harry Dog is in action, making the walk through the grandstand here at Foley Field, the Wrigley Field of the SEC. Such a beautiful setting here. Along with David Johnston, Michael Serber, our network studio producer. I'm Jeff Dantzler. Ryan Webb on the bump for the Bulldogs, and Riley Tirada at the plate. He has twice flown to King out in right field. The Georgia infield, Sullivan, Talley, Shepard, and Shunk first to third around the horn. Here's a pitch from Webb. That misses down and away, and it's 1-0. If Webb were to close this game out...
Yeah, he is actually, this is a save situation for him as he came in with the bases loaded.
1-0, misses outside.
That was in the previous inning. So the tying run was on deck.
Mm-hmm. Emerson Hancock, what a performance today. And just love it for Emerson if the Dogs do indeed hang on to win, as that pitch misses low, and it's 3-0. Going to go into next weekend's start with a spotless ERA and a 1-0 record. 14 weekends in the regular season. You get the 4 non-conference, then the grind. 10 straight in the SEC. There's a strike on the inner half. And it seems to be, the first week or two you're in non-con, Then next thing you know, you're in week 4. Then it's like, oh, my gosh, league play starts next week. Here's a 3-1 swing and a miss. A big rip there from Torrada.
And we got to open up at South Carolina for conference play.
And Georgia will then host LSU, go to Kentucky, Vandy coming to town. Always love the SEC portion of the schedule as a 3-2 misses up and away, so a leadoff walk. So that is the third freebie allowed by Georgia today. 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch. And we'll see a pinch hitter for the catcher, Bailey Montoya. It'll be Jay Curtis, who's also a catcher. So we're going to...
They may have sneaked him in the previous half inning.
Do that thing where we'll go ahead and put him in there. So Curtis dig it in.
He was not announced as a pitch hitter.
Webb at the letters. This is popped up right side, foul territory. Meadows and Sullivan. Sullivan at the wall. Basket catch. Meadows makes it. Meadows and Sully right there.
I couldn't tell who had it at first.
Well, when the ball didn't hit the ground, that was a good sign. And they were both right there. Mason Meadows with the old P2. Well, that's a good job on the empty AB. And here's the shortstop, Benjamin Blackwell. He flew to deep left in the third as Tucker Bradley made a great catch going up against the wall. Breaking ball misses away, and it's 1-0. Hey, Ryan Webb, he has got some hair. Those flowing brown locks. Not quite as long, but somewhat reminiscent of the former Cubs closer, number 99, Mitch Wild Thing Williams. And Webb's got that red glove. There's a heater strike throw to first, safe. Good throw from Moose, Mason Meadows. Dogs have a 5-0 lead. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Torrada, the runner at first, with 1 away. Blackwell at the plate. Middle infield at double play depth. Georgia outfield, Bradley, Smith, and King left to right. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss and a change. I like the plan too, DJ, with Smith. The plan is for him, pitch in the midweek, concentrate on playing the outfield on the weekends.
Yep. We saw that might have taken its toll a little bit there on CJ late in the season.
And I thought the last day of the year it was a mistake to play him in the next to last game and have him baking out in center field. Obviously, hindsight being what it is, I'm sure if Coach Strickland had it to do all over again, he would have told him just to wait at home till about the 6th or 7th and be ready to pitch that, if necessary, nightcap. As this is grounded towards second on a hop. Tally on to Cam for 1. The relay close and safe. So Blackwell aboard. Nice job getting the lead runner. But like we said, Smith, it's funny, even though it came in a loss, that doubleheader against Kentucky, Webb gave the Dogs a lift out of the pen. Smith gave Georgia a really good start. Now, Georgia wound up losing that series, but that helped get the pitching in order the rest of the way.
It still wasn't a lost series from the whole season standpoint, even though Georgia did lose 2 out of 3.
And here's Garrity in the top of the order. Oh, that hit him. So Webb coming inside with the heat. It's the second hit by pitch. Combine that with the 2 walks. So Blackwell goes to second.
That was another thing that was brought up in that point of emphasis, too, is that most of these players are now wearing these shields, that they're not afraid to kind of lean into these pitches. And, again, that's what they're saying. The umpire's thinking, did the ball hit the batter or did the batter hit the ball?
It's a lefty-lefty matchup as Michael Cleary will stand in. He's flown to left. Hancock got him swinging in the 4th, and he bounced to third in the 7th. At that point, it was 6 2/3 hitless, 6 2/3 against the minimum. Webb's pitch climbs a ladder. It's 1-0. Now he's going to want a new baseball. Dogs have a 5-0 lead, but one of those deals now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 out of 4. 4 out of 7. So now 5 of the last 8 batters have reached here for the Dayton Flyers. Give Dayton credit. They're hanging around. A couple of hits, a couple of walks, and a hit batsman. Boy, those burgers smell good.
Yes, they do.
From the letters, here's the 1-0. Misses up. It's 2-0. I know Ryan's jacked up right now coming in. Dogs with that double-barrel bullpen action. See my man number 12, Zach Christophak, out there. That's the man with the hit list. From the letters, Webb, the 2-0. Called strike with some heat.
Bama leads Presbyterian 6-1 there in the top of the 4th in Tuscaloosa. We'll see Presbyterian here in Athens in a few weeks.
Elton Pollock in the Blue Hose.
South Carolina and Liberty are tied at 3 there in the 4th inning in Columbia.
2 balls and 1 strike to Cleary. 2 on and 2 out. Top of the 8th. Dogs on top, 5-0. Webb at the letters. Peaks to second. And now time called.
Lindsey Nelson Stadium in Knoxville, the site of Tennessee and Appalachian State. And they're scoreless in the 3rd.
Probably cold there.
Might be a little chilly.
Not as cold as Boone, I'm guessing.
This is true.
Got to be on the lookout for that bear up in the woods.
Yes.
Here's a 2-1. Popped up left side, foul territory. Shunk on the move, makes the grab right in front of the Flyer dugout to retire the side. Hey, DJ, that is 4 assists and now 3 putouts for Shunk.
And that time he didn't have to run around the coach. He had a clear path to that one.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base as we head to the home half of inning number 8. It is Georgia 5 and Dayton nothing on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You couldn't miss that wedding, birthday party, or whatever event you felt obligated to attend. So you missed the game. And more importantly, the game program. Not to worry. IMGProducts.net has got you covered with official programs and yearbooks from many of the nation's top schools, plus conference and NCAA championships. Visit IMGProducts.net to browse the hundreds of publications available. IMGProducts.net. We've got you covered.
Whoever said less is more hasn't spent enough time in the Southeastern Conference. Here, it's all about more. More techie, more frenzy, more friendly, more rowdy, more quirky, non-negotiable traditions, more time of your life, more ways to turn 120 credit hours into all kinds of open doors. More of everything the college experience is all about. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
All right, Dogs with a 5-0 lead as we head to the home half of the 8th. Georgia with Meadows, Sullivan, and Tate Dew against Corey Embriano. And the pinch hitter, Jay Curtis, will stay on to catch. So it's Curtis behind the plate. Brickman, Persinger, Blackwell, and Terada first to third around the horn of the infield. Helguth, Garrity, and Cleary left to right in the Flyer outfield. Mason Meadows was walked, bounced to third, and lined to left. Takes an inside strike, and it is 0-1. Dogs in white and Dayton in blue and gray. Mason Meadows digging in. Embriano's 0-1. That's a strike. I think another thing for Dayton, they're down 5-0, and hey, they've rolled up zeros in 5 of Georgia's 7 trips. A couple of 1-2-3 frames. Embriano into the motion, the 0-2. That misses down and away.
Like you said, haven't had the self-inflicted wounds.
Got a great tweet from Kudzu Bill. Ketchup over mustard, red over yellow, dogs over tech. Amen to that, Kudzu Bill. Here's a 1-2 to Meadows. That one's in the dirt. It's 2-2. Our friend Randy tweeting in. Thank you very much, Randy. Listening in up at Music City, USA. It is a 2 balls and 2 strikes count to Mason Meadows leading off the Georgia 8th. It takes a changeup, strike 3 on the inner half. That's the second strikeout for Embriano, the 6th for the staff. And here comes Patrick Sullivan, who has had a great game for Georgia today. Single to lead off the second, was stranded. He had the 2-out, 2-run double in the third. It's 2 for 3. Has also popped to short. Has made a couple of smooth defensive plays at first base. Embriano right on left. The pitch misses inside. It's 1-0. Dogs 5, Dayton nothing. Dogs have a pinch hitter waiting on deck. 1-0. Sullivan hits this one high out into left. Helguth will make the catch. 2 down.
Should we go ahead and play 2 today? What do you think?
I'm game. And we are going to see, DJ, a debut here for John Cable.
The transfer from New Orleans. Well, the University of New Orleans.
So
John's actually a Georgian.
Grad transfer. So big John Cable standing in, 6'2", 230. Yeah, he's out of Roswell. Played for the UNO Privateers. Righty on lefty. He takes a strike. It is 0-1.
He had a hamstring injury last year and didn't play. So this is his first action in a couple of years.
Hits this one high and foul third base side. So, you know, he's just anxious to get out on the diamond again. And he played in 57 games, hit 349 his junior year.
Big year.
And with the short porch, I mean, he's a guy who could certainly give Georgia some power. Here's the 0-2. Bounce towards first. Funny hop. Nice play, Brickman. And the side is retired. 3 unassisted. Yeah, I think Cable's a guy, DJ. We'll see him DH against right-handed pitching. Be a good lift. All right, 3 up and 3 down as the Dogs will try and close it out. We go to the 9th. It's Georgia 5 and Dayton nothing on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We Dogs are known for always giving 110%, both on and off the field. But no matter how hard we work, we can't deny that getting sick is easy. Luckily, getting care is too. As the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, Piedmont is committed to getting us better. With urgent care, same-day appointments, virtual visits from your smartphone or desktop, and Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, they've got the care you need when you need it. Booking an appointment is only a click away. So for game day and every day, get better at piedmont.org/UGA.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnson at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
This is Bulldogs Baseball. Now back to the field.
All righty, here we go. Don't need nothing, a little poison to bring us in on opening day. Yeah, you're mentioning the cooler with William H. Macy.
Yeah.
There's a guy who just...
Interesting movie.
Things are going good, and that guy would just roll right in, then take a turn south. Well, DJ, let's see. Do the Dogs hang in there with Webb and let him close it out and get Hancock the win and Webb the save?
This would be a save situation. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed he is. Brickman will stand in. Brickman, Persinger, and Helguth do. The 3, 4, and 5 spots. Brickman broke up the no-hitter with a single to right back in the 7th. And the lefty into the motion. Webb's pitch misses down and in. It's 1-0. Dogs with 5 runs on 7 hits. No errors, no runs, 2 hits. No errors for Dayton. That one misses down and in. Brickman able to check his swing. A 3-run third and a 2-run 5th for Georgia. Patrick Sullivan with a 2-run double and Riley King with a 2-run homer. Getting a little bit more chilly. But still daylight. 2-0 pitch hit high and deep into left. Bradley going back at the track, at the wall, leaping. This ball is out of here.
Well, he broke up the no-hitter, and now he breaks up the shutout.
Alex Brickman, the transfer out of St. Petersburg Community College, gets Dayton on the board, and it's 5-1. And Webb just got behind in the count. And that'll bring up Persinger. Persinger is 1 for 3. Again, Persinger's a first baseman by trade. That pitch a strike. It's 0-1. It is a 5-1 Georgia lead. 5 runs, 7 hits, no boots for the Bulldogs. A run, 3 hits, no errors for Dayton. 0-1. Sit foul straight back and out of play. Now that feels good for Dayton to at least get on the board. As well, the quick turnaround and a twin bill tomorrow. High noon first pitch, 11:45 airtime, 2 nines, and a half hour in between games. Probably mean about 40 minutes. This is grounded towards second. Tally to his left, on to first, 1 away. Nice play, LJ.
Very nice.
He has really worked on improving his range. I mean, that's a ball a couple of years ago, probably gets through. This is a very good infield for Georgia.
I was glad to see LJ get some preseason accolades, too. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, it's a very good infield for the Dogs. Mentioned it, too. Kudos to the grounds crew getting the field in such excellent shape as Helga takes a strike. Helga coming on for Eccles, who was hit by a pitch and certainly hurt that elbow. So hopefully he's back and ready to go tomorrow. Webb just misses inside. Want to keep a clean Piedmont Healthcare injury report. It is 1-1 to Helgath. Webb into the motion. His pitch misses downstairs. It's 2-1. Dogs on top, 5-1. And hopefully we can talk with Emerson Hancock after the game.
Maybe Riley.
Be great. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Sent foul out onto Pinecrest. With the new netting, I think, Dave, is that the first ball that's been sent to Pinecrest today?
I think so.
And a couple go straight back. See a couple of Dogs out atop Kudzu Hill, too. Over at the Brick House. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Helgath. Webb looking in, lefty on righty. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Just heard the strapper barking there.
That is just the 3rd strikeout for Georgia pitching.
Yeah, such an efficient performance by Hancock. He fanned 2. And here's Pujols. I think this Dayton team, we talk about their outfield, and with Brickman and Pujols, they've got a little muscle there in the middle. They've certainly got a chance to make some noise in the Atlantic 10. Webb's pitch, swung on and missed. Pujols. Pick her up, Coach. Pick her up. Oh, man, I love it. Don't get cheated. You know, these lefties, when they come here and see that short porch, here's the 0-1. That misses down and away. You got to take at least one crank at it. Dogs have a 5-1 lead here in the top of the 9th. Here's a pitch. Climbs a ladder, misses inside. 2-1 the count. Georgia 5 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for the Dayton Flyers.
It was weird. Last year, Shunk had 8 saves, and Christopher and Webb had 4 each.
2-1. Tardy on a heater. He has an excellent bullpen. Well, you're not going to have a good season if you got a bad bullpen.
That is the hot take of the afternoon right there.
Let's see if Webb can get a save here on opening day. Hancock stands to win it. It's 5-1 Georgia. 2-2 to Pujols. Webb rocks and fires. Grounder to third. Past a diving Shunk into left base hit.
That was a good job of hitting there by Pujols.
Yeah, it was.
Just shortened the swing. That was a little different swing than the one he had a couple of pitches ago.
Yes, it was.
Just shot that one out into left.
As Tirado will stand in. Well, when you talk about the importance of bullpens, if you got a good team, just think about this. A vast majority of the most famous home runs in the history of baseball have been hit off of relief pitchers.
Yes.
Tirada is twice flown to right. He drew a walk his last time up. Webb looking in, trying to close out the flyer ninth. Misses up, and it's 1-0. Opening day here in Athens. Georgia with a 5-1 lead over Dayton. Pujols with that single to left. That's the 4th hit of the afternoon for the Flyers. Webb, the 1-0. Catches the inside corner. Pops out of Meadows' mitt, but not far enough for any damage.
On the SEC scoreboard, Kentucky has actually won today. They beat Austin Peay 8-4. That was not in Lexington. Let's see where that was.
Is that tournament they play at Myrtle Beach?
They do usually open up down there, or they play down there.
It's 1-1 as Webb comes set and deals. Off the fist into center, base hit, and the tying run is in the on-deck circle. Now Jay Curtis will come to the plate. Curtis, a right-handed hitter. 3 hits in the inning for Dayton. Mason Meadows out in front of the plate, running through the defensive signs. Curtis, a freshman from New Orleans and John Curtis High School. Don't know if that's related. Jay Curtis at John Curtis High. If
Do not
so,
know.
He was probably a big man on campus. Webb left on right. The pitch sent foul out onto Pinecrest. It's 0-1. And you know Scott Strickland and Sean Kinney in the Georgia dugout would love to see Webb just go ahead and close this one out right here. It is a 5-1 Georgia lead with Dayton threatening already a run in, 2 aboard with 2 outs, top of the 9th. Webb at the letters is 0-1. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner. Now Georgia again an out away and a strike away. Everybody on their feet. Webb working out of the stretch. Curtis digging in. Pujols at second. Tirada at first. Webb at the letters. The 0-2. Fisted foul. Straight back and out of play. Matthew Kaminsky doing the work on the organ over to our right. Crowd clapping along. Webb and the Dogs an out away from an opening day win. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Jay Curtis. Tirada's a runner at first. Pujols is aboard at second. Webb looking in. Lefty on righty. He comes, set at the letters, and deals the 0-2 in the dirt. Meadows will throw to third, safe. So Pujols blazing his way into the hot corner on the wild pitch. The runner at first, Tirada, holds up. So now runners on the corners. Well, Rhino, he's thrown 41 pitches. Hasn't been his most efficient. Again, you know he's jacked up coming in there, but Webb just has such good stuff. A ball and 2 strikes. The count to Curtis. Pujols at third. Tirada at first. Sullivan will play behind the runner there. Meadows through the sides. 5-1 Dogs, top of the ninth. Webb looking in. Here's a 1-2. Strike three. Meadows will have to throw to first. That's the ball game. So Georgia wins. It's 5-1 the final. The Dogs are 1-0. And Emerson Hancock picks up the win. Ryan Webb picks up the save. And DJ, big hits today from Aaron Shunk, Patrick Sullivan, and Riley King.
Yeah, great to see, and especially with what Riley King was able to do. First career home run, making the start. Boy, it just goes to show you, it's never easy. This was one of those games, too, where they only had one base runner through the first, 6 2/3 innings, and then they end up stranding 7 over the final 3 innings. It's just hard to put teams away, but a good job today by Ryan Webb and especially Emerson Hancock.
For Dayton in the ninth, the Flyers get a run on 3 hits. There were no Georgia errors and 2 runners left, and as Dave told you, the Flyers wind up stranding 7, all of those over the last 3 frames. But the Dogs win it by a final score of 5-1. There's a great Steve Shoemaker. Great to see Steve on opening day, and a good opening day it was for Georgia. 5-1 the final. We'll check the totals when we return on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Before or after the game, come enjoy a great view of 5 Points from the covered deck at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Walking distance from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, you can find some of the best seafood north of St. Simon's. Oysters on the half shell, fish tacos and shrimp baskets with fries and coleslaw will get you started. For the land lovers, we've got you covered with our club, Reuben, and grilled chicken sandwich. Eating healthy? Try one of our numerous salads on the menu. There's something for everyone at Marker 7 in the heart of 5 Points. Plenty of parking available.
You couldn't miss that wedding, birthday party, or whatever event you felt obligated to attend. So you missed the game. And more importantly, the game program. Not to worry. IMGProducts.net has got you covered with official programs and yearbooks from many of the nation's top schools, plus conference and NCAA championships. Visit IMGProducts.net to browse the hundreds of publications available. IMGProducts.net. We've got you covered.
Welcome back to Foley Field, where Georgia takes a season opener. The final score 5-1, and Dave Emerson Hancock picking up the win. He was tremendous on opening day.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he's a grizzled veteran, Jeff. This was his 16th career start today, and Hancock gets his 7th career victory and gets the Dogs off to a great start here for the season.
Yeah, 6 2/3 hitless, 6 2/3 he had faced the minimum, and Ryan Webb comes on, and give Dayton credit, they fought back, but Webb picks up his 5th career save, and big games at the plate for King, for Shunk, for Sullivan. Riley King with the first hit of the year and his first Bulldogs home run. We'll talk with Georgia coach Scott Strickland shortly as you listen to Bulldogs baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
No one comes to the Southeastern Conference looking for less. This is where you gladly step up, sign up, and raise your hand for a heaping helping of more. More ways to challenge and push yourself, more people from more countries to meet and learn from, more opportunities to impact your community, both locally and globally. Oh, we celebrate championships like no other, but that's nowhere close to the whole story. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
Welcome back to Foley Field, where the Dogs take the season opener over the Dayton Flyers by a final score of 5-1. Emerson Hancock with a tremendous pitching performance. Riley King with his first career home run. Jeff Dancer, Dave Johnston with you in the booth. I believe Coach Strickland is in his office. Coach, do you have us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Coach, hey, congratulations. What a great job by Emerson to set the tone.
Yeah, he was really good. Threw a lot of strikes. That pitch count was really low, and it's a good problem to have for a head coach and a pitching coach on opening day, but no hitters do not get thrown on opening day. So just for the record, if he goes 7 right there, no hitter, he's coming out of the game. And he was at that pitch count, but yeah, he was really good. And I thought they had some good at-bats off of them. They hit some balls hard. Defense was really good. And we're going to be tough to beat because we can pitch and play defense. Our offense wasn't great today, but they played clean too. They played good defense, and they pitched it pretty well. So all in all, a good day, and Emerson was great. Ryan was a little rusty, but Ryan was pretty good and got it done.
Jeff used the word efficient today. I thought that was a good way of maybe wrapping this one up.
Yeah, no, I mean, the ball was put in play, and we made plays. Same thing with Dayton. Ball was put in play, they made plays. So, they're really good. They're going to beat a lot of people, and we got our hands full tomorrow. So they got some really big dudes in the middle of that lineup that scare you, and if they play defense like that, they're going to beat a lot of people. So, all around, I thought it was a clean baseball game, well played on both sides. And, Riley King and Patrick Sullivan, they were the difference for us.
State of Ohio has 1,000 colleges. Did you have much history with Dayton when you were at Kent State?
I actually didn't. Jason King, their head coach, I know him. We coached together in the summer of 2011, and he's just a good guy, good coach. He was at Franklin Pierce College as a head coach for a while, and then went to West Point for the cadets for a couple years as an assistant. But good coach, hard-nosed, and he's got a hard-nosed team. But no, I never. That's the first time as a coach that I've coached against him. When I played, we played against him a couple times.
Coach, I thought Shunk was really good at the plate, and he wound up with 4 assists and made 3 tough plays, and a couple of them were pop-ups over right in front of the dugout there for Dayton. Those aren't the easiest of plays.
No, and soon the second one that he went over there to get it, everyone, I think, a lot of people had some flashbacks to the regionals when he went over the rail and popped his nose on that second rail. If you notice, we got pads on those rails now. But yeah, he made some really good plays. And, again, that left side with Shunk and Shepard's really good. And L.J. Talley is more athletic than he was last year, and he's got range. And Sully at first is as good as they come. So really, really good defensive effort by those guys.
Your touting of Riley King came through for you today, too.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it before the game. I was like, man, I hope Riley gets a hit today. I just hope he gets a hit. I've been bragging about him for so long. But he's that type of kid. He'll never get a big head. He's really humble, nicest kid in the world. So he'll never – get full of himself. He'll never be satisfied. And, I'm not going to be shocked if 5 years from now I turn on the TV and that guy's playing in the big leagues. He just plays his tail off. And I don't know if you noticed, but it's a dead sprint to right field for him. I mean, he's setting a record getting out to right field, how hard he plays. So it's fun to watch. A great guy for young kids to watch play because he plays it right.
And, Coach, we talked about this Monday night on the hotline for Patrick Sullivan. He's played an important role on this team. He's had some bad breaks with illness, with injury. He's done everything right. He's waited for his time. And to see him have a game like this today, it was just fantastic. And that double really got us going. So just so happy for Patrick.
Yeah, no question about it. You know what you're going to get from him defensively. He's going to make every single play over there. And I said it on Monday. I've never coached a better defensive first baseman. That's how good he is. And if he can give us some production with the bat, it's a huge bonus. But 2 for 4 and 2 RBIs, and he just gives you quality at bats. So happy for Patrick, and he's going to have a great year for us.
Coach, I thought the umps got in and out really fast on the replays. Was there anything different that was going on, or was it just that quick for them?
I don't know. Maybe just we're doing a better job of having it queued up for them, or maybe they were just so obvious. The only reason I couldn't tell whether or not their first baseman pulled his foot, but when the umpire starts to call him safe and then calls him out, I'm like, well, gosh, you don't know. So let's go check. I had no idea. So, and then on the pickoff move, I just think they both were probably fairly obvious that, one was out and one was safe. And And our replay guys did a good job of having it queued up for them.
Definitely.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Great to get that opening day win. And, boy, we got a quick turnaround. We'll be here for a long time tomorrow. So we'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, that's it with Georgia coach Scott Strickland as the Bulldogs finish on time. Georgia a 5-1 winner over the Dayton Flyers. And we'll come back and run through the totals, and we'll hope to get our star of the game as we continue on with Bulldogs baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
In the Southeastern Conference, we are driven by the quest for more. More titles, more NCAA records, but also more renewable energy sources for some of the nation's greenest campuses. For more partnerships with NASA, the NSA, and the UN. For more billions pumped into our state economies, our 14 leading universities know that no matter how much we achieve, we can always do more. Yeah, in the SEC, it just means more.
All right, welcome back. Foley Field Dogs, a 5-1 winner over the Dayton Flyers, so it's 1-0 on the campaign for the Bulldogs, and we've got the twin bill tomorrow. So, DJ, I know the guys will get to go home in Georgia's case, and for Dayton, they'll head back to the hotel, kind of get your feet up, get a bite to eat, and then the guys will be here, around 9 o'clock, 9:15 tomorrow morning to crank her back up.
Going to have a doubleheader day. How many of these do we have now? How many did we have last year?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like half the weekend.
Yeah, it does. Now. It does. You got to do stuff with the rain, and you just got to figure it out. So these double headers, I mean, we finished the season doing that. So wasn't a great day, but, you got to approach them, and you got to approach them positively. The old saying is, you play a double header, and two of the three things that can happen are bad. So, you're either going to win one, you're going to lose one, or you're going to lose two. Well, I guess and win two, however that works out. But that's what we're going to have to deal with here tomorrow. But the good thing is, and I think Dayton probably feels the same way, neither team had to get too heavy into the bullpen. Georgia's got everybody available tomorrow except for the two pitchers today. So should be good as far as all that goes.
Now, and I think one of the reasons we've seen more of these doubleheaders, the SEC in particular, has done a really good job getting ahead of things, whereas in years past, and I think back to 2013 certainly, the way the rules were set up, the league did not do a good job of making sure we got the games in. So making those preemptive strikes like we've done here this weekend, when you look at the weather, and it kind of looks like a no-brainer how you can work to best possibly get all the games in. Yeah, it's meant more double headers, but it's also meant almost everybody is playing almost their full boat of games.
Yes, exactly, too. That's good. I mean, that's what you want. You don't want to sit there and leave 3 or 4 games out there, and you're going to lose games with the weather. I mean, we see college football now. They lose games with the weather, and what are they doing? They're going and rescheduling. And baseball does that, so football does obviously on a much bigger scale when it's done on a college football game, and it's sometimes kind of weird when you're doing it on Conference Championship Saturday, but you do what you do. But hopefully we'll be able to get through all this tomorrow and, stay on pace.
All right, the Dogs a winner. The final score here on opening day, Georgia 5 and Dayton 1. We'll come back and go around the SEC as we continue on with Bulldogs baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Do you have Georgia Medicaid or Peach Care for kids? Time to feel better about your health care. WellCare has great benefits for the whole family. Choose great doctors from our large provider network. Earn free items with the new improved Healthy Rewards program. Get care and support you can count on. Choose WellCare. It's easy to enroll. Call Georgia Families at 1-888-423-6765 or visit georgiafamilies.com. To learn more about WellCare, call 1-866-231-1821.
It's no secret that things grow well in Georgia, like peanuts, cotton, and corn. But families and communities also flourish here. That's because Georgia Power is helping bring new businesses and industries to our state. In the last 10 years alone, we've helped create over 134,000 new jobs. Because Georgia is our home too, and we want life here to thrive for all of us. Georgia Power, generating opportunity. Learn more at georgiapower.com/growth.
All right, welcome back to Foley Field. Good day for the Bulldogs as Georgia takes the season opener over the Dayton Flyers as the game started at 3:02 with our marker 7 first pitch. Game time was 2 hours and 41 minutes. Had an announced attendance today of 2,056. A good opening day crowd, DJ. I think especially when you consider the threat of rain and moving the scheduled start time from 5 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Had a great atmosphere out in the left field lounge and out on top of Kudzu Hill as well.
Yeah, no question. I think everything went perfect. Maybe the only thing we were missing here is maybe trying to get another game in tonight. I don't know, although the weather is supposed to be coming a little bit later on this evening. But as you said and as Coach agreed with, it was an efficient game today, and both teams played well. It's weird. We only used 2 pitchers, and we only had 3 players get a hit. But we had everybody, I guess, in the lineup except one spot in the lineup get on base. So, again, the Dogs doing a good job of at least putting the pressure on Dayton here today. And we saw Hancock do what I think he's going to do a lot of this year.
All right, we'll go around the SEC after we pause first. 10 seconds for station identification. This is Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. All right, DJ, we'll check that scoreboard there. And again, the good news from here in Athens is the Bulldogs top Dayton 5-1. We had Kentucky pick up the win early.
By the way, that
today.
was at Austin Peay, so they won there. Yes, I think they're playing the weekend series at Austin Peay. So that was a victory for Kentucky. Alabama leads Presbyterian 7-2. They're in the bottom of the 6th in Tuscaloosa at the new, I guess a year old now, Sewell Thomas Stadium there in Tuscaloosa. Very nice park they have. South Carolina leads Liberty 4-3. They're in the 5th inning at Founders Park in Columbia. Tennessee with a 1-0 lead over Appalachian State. They're playing in Knoxville. Ole Miss leads Wright State 2-0, and they're in the bottom of the 3rd in Oxford. Mississippi State at Duty Noble Field trailing Youngstown State 2-0. They're in the 4th inning. Missouri and North Florida, and they are playing in Florida. They're about to get started. Coming up tonight, Florida plays host to Long Beach State, and that'll be in Gainesville. Auburn taking on Georgia Southern. That'll be at 7 o'clock at Plainsman Park in Auburn. On the MLB Network tonight, they're playing out in Scottsdale. Vanderbilt and Virginia are playing.
Boy, they played in a couple of national finals back in the mid part of the decade.
They're playing at the Salt River Fields in Scottsdale. I think we had a tweet from Scottsdale earlier today.
Betcha.
7:30, Texas A&M and Fordham. And at 8 o'clock, they'll be calling Baton Rouge. Number 1 LSU taking on Louisiana Monroe.
All right, that's great stuff there. Our friend Cole listening in here in Athens says hello and go Dogs. I want to thank so many people for tuning in here today. And Bobby says we go together like PB&J. Thank you so much. And again,
thank you, Bobby.
Thanks to James. And so glad that Bobby's son Will's doing great. So many kind people. We had tweets from all over the place, from Arizona, Washington, Oregon, Texas, South Florida, New York, and the Dubai International Airport.
That's a first.
That is a first.
That might be. We used to do back in the day, a long time ago, we used to do that home run inning, and we had a winner in China.
Yeah. And then we had to try and figure, I was like, do they have yen? It's like, no, we had to try and figure out.
What is their currency?
What the currency was.
How much did he actually win? Well, he won the same.
And it was a lot of dough, I'll tell you that. And we'll come back and say goodnight after this final timeout here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Before or after the game, come enjoy a great view of 5 Points from the covered deck at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Walking distance from Foley Field at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, you can find some of the best seafood north of St. Simon's. Oysters on the half shell, fish tacos and shrimp baskets with fries and coleslaw will get you started. For the land lovers, we've got you covered with our club, Reuben, and grilled chicken sandwich. Eating healthy? Try one of our numerous salads on the menu. There's something for everyone at Marker 7 in the heart of 5 Points. Plenty of parking available.
SiriusXM brings you SEC college hoops like no one else. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from experts like Peter Burns and Chris Doring, as well as live play-by-play. So catch every dagger, diamond drive in your car, online, or on the SiriusXM app. Or try us out for free with a streaming trial subscription and take your team with you anywhere you go. Get a free streaming trial at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
All right, welcome back. Here we are at Foley Field. Jeff Dantzler and David Johnston with you here. And let's see. We try and get Emerson Hancock. I'll tell you what, we'll just try and talk to a player tomorrow. So
you got someone for us?
Well, this is how we got texting. We need to have the live mic down there. So
I'd love to talk to him if we can, but
we just might have to scrap her right now. But we'll try and get somebody for you tomorrow here. Yeah. Hey, it's opening day for everybody as the Dogs come out on top at Lake's the best. Georgia wins it today. Final score, Georgia 5 and Dayton 1. And, DJ, real good start, and it was Emerson Hancock and some great defense that got Georgia going.
Absolutely. And new look in a couple of spots in the lineup there. And Riley King definitely stepped up with 3 hits, including his first career home run. Aaron Shunk with a couple of hits, including a double, and good to see our man Patrick Sullivan
yes, sir.
with the big 2-run double there in the third.
All right, so the final score is Georgia 5 and Dayton 1, and we'll be back here tomorrow at high noon. First pitch. That means an 11:40 airtime for a little breakfast with the or brunch with the Bulldogs.
We'll go brunch with the Bulldogs. It's almost like, in a way, it's almost like a football Saturday in a sense where, football Saturday from the tailgating all the way to after the game, because we got the 2 baseball games. I know a lot of folks are going to go over to the basketball game afterwards.
Yeah, it'll be a fun day.
With LSU in town, Dogs getting a surfboard at the under-12 timeout thanks to the Maui Gym Invitational. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and I know you have as well, several folks from out of town that said they're coming in, bringing the kids, going to go baseball, going to do the basketball game. So I know a lot of folks are excited about tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun. And by the way, for our Athens listeners here, stay with us. The great Chris Brame and I
will
bring you. We will bring you. Brame and I will bring you a special 1 hour Friday home team extravaganza. We'll start it in the Georgia press box, and then you'll hear a man out of breath walking home. That'll do it for us here today. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks to our man Michael Serber. For David Johnson, I'm Jeff Dantzler. So long from Athens on a winning day for Georgia. The final score, Bulldogs 5, Flyers 1. Thanks so much for listening to Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You've been listening to Georgia Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you by Marker 7 Coastal Grill, bringing a taste of the Gulf to 5 Points. The UGA Bookstore, it's where the dogs shop. And by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. The preceding has been a Learfield, IMG College, and JMI Sports presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.